It's an early season Southern Conference matchup as the Eastern Florida State College baseball team takes on Indian River State College. Live from Bruce Bochy Field on the Melbourne campus, it's the Titans and Pioneers next. It is shaping up to be a perfect evening for baseball here at Bruce Bochy Field. It's the Titans and Pioneers facing off for the second time this season. Good evening and welcome to Melbourne. Alongside Jim Wilcox, and I'm Jeff Radcliffe. Thanks for joining us here for Titans baseball on WEFS. Game 2 of a 3-game series tonight. Pioneers, Jim, won Wednesday night 9-5, and the Titans would like to get on the other end of that.
Yes, they would. They'd like to stop that 3-game losing streak. Both teams are coming in 1-3 in the conference and just above 500 overall. I think it's real important for the Titans to get that win tonight.
Well, runs, even base runners could be at a premium tonight. It is a dandy of a pitching matchup. Justin Allentoff, the guy to go for the Pioneers tonight.
Yeah, he's an impressive freshman out of Palm Beach Dwyer High School. He comes in with a very lofty 2.21 ERA. And he has 33 strikeouts and only 4 walks in 20 innings. That's very impressive.
Control, the name of the game. Mason Studstill will take the mound for the Titans here tonight.
Yeah, Mason's a local product out of Rockledge High School. The sophomore comes in with a 6.15 ERA, has 26 strikeouts and 17 walks in 26 innings pitched.
He leads the team in innings pitched and strikeouts. Here's the Indian River State College batting order. Danny Camillo will lead things off. Axel Salgado in the 2-hole. A.J. Rica, you may remember from last year, there is in the 3rd spot is the only returning batter in this lineup from last year. Cole Brutcher is the cleanup hitter. Hunter Holland, Joseph Stubbs, Diego Ramos, Michael Stavman, and Carter Chansey will round out that batting order for Indian River State College. So they come in 9-7-1 overall, 1-3 in conference play. In fact, every team in the Southern Conference at the moment with a winning record overall. Just speaks to the toughness of this league.
It's a very competitive league, sure is. And with Camillo leading off, Coach Kingston told me even though he's struggling at a 216 average, he's the catalyst for the Pioneers.
First pitch is a strike from Studstill. Camillo out of the Bronx. So you and I pregame were talking about Yankee Stadium of Eastside High School.
Yeah, that first pitch by Studstill, that's a good sign, hitting the outside corner at the knees.
And it'll be a ball, 1-1. Home plate umpire tonight is John Dowdy. Calling those balls and strikes. So 1-1, swing and a miss. Goes 1-2 now to Danny Camillo, a 216 hitter.
Yeah, Mason's a good curveball slider pitcher. He'll run it up, hit 90 occasionally, and moves the ball in and out, up and down.
So he fouled off out of play. Third base side. Camillo 2 for 4, 3 runs, an RBI in that 9-5 victory on Wednesday against Eastern Florida.
What?
It's on a 1-2 hole here to Studstill.
Oh.
That one's low. Count evens at 2-2. This is an important game here for the Titans conference-wise. With a 1-3 record, you got both of the teams there to tie near the bottom of the league. If you want to start getting up, tucking up near Miami-Dade, you're going to have to start poking some wins. This is popped up foul. A lot of foul territory here at Bruce Bochy Field. Making the catch and the out is Andres Ramos.
Nice pitch by Studstill. Had him off speed. Kept it outside on him a little bit so he couldn't do much with the pitch.
Here's the Eastern Florida infield. Ramos just made the catch. We go left to right. Christian Sanjurjo is the shortstop. Dylan Espinal, Jacob Zarello. And in the outfield, you've got Castillo Silva, Corneal, and Luis Cabrera, the man catching things for Mason Studstill. You mentioned John Dowdy calling the balls and strikes. It'll be Bill Stanley out in the field. Second hitter is Axel Salgado, the catcher. First pitch swinging, base hit. So Salgado is aboard. with one away here at the top of the first, the native of Kissimmee.
Yeah, it looks like he was sitting on that first pitch fastball, and he got it and drove it right up the middle.
That brings up Alex Rica, one of the top hitters in junior college baseball. Batting .392. He was well up over 400 a year ago for most of the season.
Yeah, Coach Kingston's really impressed with him. He says he'll definitely go in the draft, and if he doesn't sign, he'll pick up a D1 offer for sure. He's a 5-tool player.
Stud still checks the runner over to Zarello. Have to come plateward to A.J. Rica. Alex or A.J., either one works. Did go 0 for 3 in that game Wednesday, so Titans did good to keep him at bay. Other players on that lineup, though, stepped up.
Yeah, you can see Mason trying to keep it away from Rica.
Still had an RBI and a run scored, despite not getting a hit. And there's a strike, 1-1. Rica from Tarpon Springs, Palm Harbor University, the high school. Batting .392 here so far this season. Throw back just to check that runner. Salgado. Salgado does have a stolen base on his resume. Infield in shadow as Stud still comes to the plate. That's going to be fisted foul left side.
Nice little changeup from Mason right there, keeping the hitter off balance. Jacob Zarello, the first baseman, is really fighting a tough sun over there, so that's even more important why Mason wants to keep that ball away and have him hit it to the left side.
Right now shielding his face with the glove. So 1-2 to Rica, and we'll pound this into center field, a base hit, and runners at first and second with one out. So second two are aboard. Good piece of hitting there from the sophomore.
Yeah, not a bad pitch from Mason at all. He kept the ball down, and Rica just went down and got it and drove it right over the shortstop's head for a nice base hit.
You've got the cleanup hitter, Cole Brutcher. Tall, lanky fella at 6'5" out of Lakeland.
He's got 6 home runs on the year, and coach tells him he's got power to all fields. So you want to keep it down, keep it in the park right here.
At that height, I'm sure you've got the torque. Former Dreadnought, one of the best high school mascot names in the state of Florida.
That's definitely one of the most unique ones for sure.
Stud still in a bit of a early hole here. Runners on first and second, one out, and the dangerous Cole Brutcher at the plate.
Yeah, he's down 2-0, so Mason wants to be careful here. Wants to keep the ball in the ballpark, keep it down, hopefully get a ground ball and get a double play, and let's get out of this inning.
Does keep it low. Catcher is Luis Cabrera, and that covered.
Nice block by Cabrera, keeping the runners at bay at first and second base.
Salgado at second, Rica at first, one away. Hunter Holland on deck for the Pioneers. There's a strike. Trying to go the long way back here, Mason Stud still.
Yeah, he really needs a ground ball right here. Double play would be huge in this particular inning.
Plateward, foul back, goes full.
He challenged him up top there with the fastball. Got it by him. Good pitch. Now he can throw his pitch right here, 3-2.
6 home runs, 12 RBIs, 259 hitting Brutcher. Upstairs, and he walked him. The bases are loaded. And a quick visit to the mound for Luis Cabrera. So an inauspicious start here for the Titans.
Yeah, this is not the way you want to start the game, but again, he's still one pitch away from getting out of the inning right here if he can get a ground ball.
In comes Hunter Holland. In the 5th spot tonight, left fielder out of Juno Beach. Palm Beach Gardens product. Hitting .308 and went 4 for 4 on Wednesday night against Titans pitching. And he'll take a strike.
Good job, Mason, working ahead right there. Holland does have 4 stolen bases, so he's got some speed, so he's going to be a tough one to double up right here.
One inside. Ball a strike.
Looks like Kevin Silva, the center fielder, is kind of shading him out to left center a little bit, playing him to pull.
Ball 2. Bases are loaded. This Indian River State College looking for a big inning. They had a 4-run inning, 4-run 8th inning that put the Titans away on Wednesday night. Swing and a miss.
Nice slider right there from Mason Studstill, keeping the ball down and away from the dangerous Hunter Holland, who's hitting .308 on the year.
Studstill leads the team with 26 strikeouts. This would be a good time for one of those too. Stairs, throw to third, and they got him caught. Drop the ball, and he's out. So the lead runner, that's a big out there. Salgado caught off. Applying the tag was Ramos.
That's a great heads-up play by the catcher, Luis Cabrera.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Getting that second out at third base.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
So now, ground ball gets you out of the inning for sure. Strike 3 call, and the Titans are out of the inning. 3 left after a couple of hits. We go to the home half of the first. 0-0.
Nice pitch from Mason again. Another slider down and away to get the batter Holland for the 3rd out of the inning.
Again, Holland went 4 for 4. So already ahead of the game with Holland as we look at the Titans batting order here for tonight. Some of the usual suspects. Dylan Espinal will lead things off, followed by Kevin Silva and Elian Morejo. Christian Sanjurjo has been hitting well. He's in the 4-hole, the cleanup spot. Andre Ramos, Jacob Sorello are 5 and 6. Jason Corneal 7th. The left fielder Paul Castillo batting 8th, and Luis Cabrera, the catcher, trying to turn that order back up to Espinal. As the sun sets, take a look at the defensive setup for Indian River State College. Salgado, the catcher. Left to right to the infield, Stavman, Camilo, Ramos, and Brutcher. The outfield, Holland, Rica, who is straight away, and Chansey. And we'll get our first look at Justin Allentoff, who you said, Jim, masterful control so far this season.
Yeah, for a freshman, he's just, when you have 33 strikeouts and only 4 walks, that's better than good. You want 2-to-1 ratio, and he's well above that. He brings a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, an excellent curveball, and great command, as you would expect with those kind of numbers. So it may be hard to score some runs off of him, but hopefully Dylan can get us started off in this bottom of the first.
Transferred in from Florida Gulf Coast, did Allentoff. And 33 strikeouts, 4 walks. Home plate umpire John Dowdy watching those warm-ups. So now the field fully in shadow as the sun starting to make its final decline on the horizon. Dylan Espinal will lead things off, batting .318, the Puerto Rican. Freshman second baseman. 9 stolen bases should he get on. It's almost an automatic runner in scoring position. Although you'll say, as we were talking prior to the game, this has not been the season for Titans base runners.
No, it hadn't. But he is a prototype leadoff hitter. You know, coming in with that 318 batting average, and he also has a 446 on base percentage. So almost at the 500 mark, which is really good for a leadoff hitter.
Alan Toff's first pitch is a strike. Appears to be a quick worker. Winds, fires, and he's ahead in the count, 0-2.
Yeah, good spot right there on the outside corner.
So now it needs to be a 2-strike hitter. Espinal, dig in. And we'll foul this one back. There's the first strike in the count.
It's so important for that leadoff hitter to get on each inning. It gives Coach Tam so many more opportunities to do things offensively when you get that leadoff hitter on. So hopefully Dylan can battle through this 2-strike count right here.
And he'll go to 2-2.
Three baseballs, please. Three baseballs.
Espinal, 5'9", 170. 2 for 5 with a run. That 5-3 win against Miami-Dade. Titans went on to lose the series 2-1. They're opening with a win down there. Again, being a good 2-strike hitter here.
Yeah, he's shortening up his stroke and just trying to put the ball in play, which is what a good 2-strike hitter will do.
Yeah. Look. Guys, got time?
Time called. Alan Toff will have to wait.
Look.
First hitter of the game here for the Titans. Wasting some pitches. There's a ball.
One, two, five.
Alan Toff coming set, delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And we may see a lot of that tonight. Leads the team in strikeouts, does Alan Toff. And there's one away.
Yeah, Alan Toff came in with that good slider on the outer third of the plate to send Dylan Espinal back to the dugout.
That brings up Kevin Silva, the center fielder, for the first time tonight. Silva of Kissimmee Osceola High School. Takes outside a ball. Batting just 167. Make that 282. My apologies.
Yeah, ever since Coach Tam moved him up to the 2 spot several games ago, he's really done well.
Take that one foul out of the park.
He's a really good contact hitter, excellent bunter. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him lay one down, if not in this spot, sometime tonight.
A couple of doubles, 7 RBIs. If he gets on the stolen base threat as well. 11 runs scored. So has some wheels. Got to get aboard first. And we'll chop this towards center. No problem for Rika there in short center field to make the play. They're 2 away. Elian Morejo next. And to avoid a 1-2-3 inning are the Titans. Designated hitter out of Orlando's Lake Nona High School. Batting .314, 6 doubles, a triple, a home run. 19 runs scored. That leads the team. Got to get on base first, though, tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, Elion's an impressive hitter. He's really got some power, especially the left center area. He's got excellent bat speed and can drive the ball to all fields.
Alentoff winds and fires. There's a strike, count evens at a 1-1.
You mentioned earlier how quick Alentoff works. His fielders like that. They won't get back on their heels. He keeps them on the toes. He gets the ball and throws it. That's what you want as a defender.
Keep you in a rhythm. Swing and a miss. That one went upstairs.
Yeah, it won't surprise me if Coach Tam has him start stepping out a little bit just to kind of break that rhythm, maybe get him off balance a little bit.
Mr. Morejo, strike 3. So 2 strikeouts out of the first 3 batters. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. Titans and Pioneers 0-0. We'll be right back.
Join local sportscaster Eric Kohler as he hosts Eastern Florida State College coaches and student athletes for a closer look inside Titan sports. Produced in partnership with Florida Today, the weekly in-depth program covers the 11 Titans men's and women's sports teams through game footage and coaches' analysis. Get closer to the action Thursday night at 8 here on WEFS.
Watch Eastern Florida softball action as your Titans battle the College of Central Florida Patriots. Live Thursday at 4 on WEFS.
Go to the top of the second. It will be Joseph Stubbs leading things off. Down on the hole 0-1. Second inning work for Mason Studstill. And we'll quickly go 0-2 as he fouls that one back.
Great job of Mason getting ahead 0-2, and just so critical getting the leadoff hitter like he did last inning, because if he hadn't gotten the leadoff batter in the top of the first, it may have been a different story.
Stubbs the DH. Fort Pierce batting .217. A couple of home runs, so don't want to be too nonchalant with where you put it. Stubbs batting from that left side. And that's the second strikeout victim for Mason Studstill. Is one away.
One down.
And now Diego Ramos, second baseman, will step in for the first time. Freshman out of Delray Beach, adding .208. Double a home run, 5 RBIs, 7 runs scored, and a stolen base. Back to the right side. Takes that one inside, a ball.
Yeah, Mason just does a really good job moving the ball in and out, up and down, changing speeds, trying to keep the hitters off balance.
So strike as count goes even, 1-1. Studstill got the first out quickly last inning and then had to labor a bit. Right now he's got the first 2. It's Espinal throws him out. So that one goes 4-3. Ramos is retired. Now with 2 away, we'll see Michael Stavman for the first time, the Pioneers' third baseman. From Maple Ridge, BC. Boy, he comes from a long way. Can't get much further on this continent than that. Batting .222. Too far out of Vancouver. The Canuck with 2 doubles this season, 7 RBIs, 4 runs, a couple of stolen bases, and takes a strike.
Yeah, we're starting to see more and more student athletes coming down from Canada and playing baseball here in Florida.
The weather is certainly better.
Oh, absolutely.
On outside and low. We got inside and low. 1-2. Stud still looking for his first 1-2-3 inning here. Ooh, a stinger fouling that off the foot. Yeah, typically you'll see the Canadians coming from, Ontario or, Quebec, but boy, BC.
BC, yeah, you don't see too many of those.
They're going to
coming down
California, you would think, right?
Right, much closer for sure. So maybe Coach Kingston has a recruiting pipeline way up in the Northwest.
Talk about a change of scenery. Oh, tried to get him on the outside edge, did not. 2-2.
Yeah, Mason wanted that pitch, but that was a little off the plate. Good idea, though, with 2 strikes.
Stobman staying alive. 1-0 for 3, a run, and 3 RBIs in that 9-5 victory on Wednesday against Eastern Florida. So very productive overnight. Adept at moving runners over, sacrificing. And there's strike 3 swinging. 3rd strikeout for Mason Stud still, and he gets them going 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, none left. Go to the home half of the 2nd. No score.
After a few off-speed pitches, Studstill just came in with the heater and challenged him and just took it right by him.
So good inning for the Titans. Eastern Florida will send 4, 5, 6 as they were retired in order in that first inning. It will be Sanjurjo, Ramos, and Zorello. So pitchers doing what's needed to be done here, at least in the early going. A beautiful night here on the Eastern Florida Melbourne campus.
Yeah, we've had some incredible weather these past few weeks for baseball.
Looking across the way at the softball complex, we'll have a game there Thursday, right here on WEFS. So Alan Toff warming up for inning number 2.
Yeah, we can see after that first inning why he has 33 strikeouts and only 4 walks when he fanned 2 of our first 3 hitters. That was an impressive start for Justin.
Sanjurjo will be first to bat. Cleanup hitter out of Puerto Rico. Going to step to plate after Alan Toff complete the warm-up pitches. Best Titans hitter right now, well, second best rather. Cornel 406 and Sanjurjo 390. Cooled off a bit, but did go 3 for 5 in the game Wednesday night. 3 runs scored and an RBI, so good guy to lead things off here in the bottom of the 2nd.
Yeah, he's a good, solid hitter, and to go with that 390 average, he also has a 4.63 on-base percentage as well, so that's impressive, especially for a 4-hole hitter.
That's 4 doubles. And this is a ballpark that yields some extra base hits.
Got a big outfield out there. Got some big gaps in left center and right center.
A lot of foul territory. Bend one in behind the base. And that one upstairs. A strike from Alan Toff. Mentioned Jim from Palm Beach Gardens, Dwyer High School, one of the powerhouse high school programs.
Yeah, Dwyer's known for everything. They're good in football, basketball, and baseball.
Football,
it's just a solid athletic program down there.
Alantoff studying up on Sanjurjo. There's a strike. Sanjurjo down 0-2.
Yeah, so far in the first 4 batters, he was really doing a good job of working ahead. So we need to be a little aggressive early in the count. We don't want to get down 2 strikes on this young man.
Lines at foul. Staying alive, being a 2-strike hitter. In the last 5 seasons, Eastern Florida has certainly gotten the better of their rivals from right down I-95. 21-5 against Indian River the last 5 years. I believe they were 6-1 against them a year ago. But for Coach Scott Kingston now in his 2nd season, it's about creating that culture of winning.
Yeah, it really is. He's really pleased with this current team. He says they're finally buying in. He feels like they're starting to put all 3 phases of the game together, and he's proud of what his players have been able to do so far this year.
He says it's a really good group. Tight knit, a lot of fun to be around.
And he comes from 2 or 3 other very successful programs where he turned programs around and won more games.
At Monroe College,
year
nationally
after
ranked in 2016 with Monroe at 38-16. They're 1 game short of making the Junior College World Series.
All right, so he has an impressive resume. So he's done a great job of recruiting. He tells me 20 of his 26 players are freshmen, so that helps change the culture a little bit.
Continuing the battle here is Sanjurjo. Kingston, this is his 2nd go-around here at Indian River. Before he was an assistant in 2010. Prior to that, University of Michigan's recruiting coordinator. Native of Columbus, Georgia. Former New York Yankee draftee. Started collegiately at Columbus State in Georgia.
And his brother's the head coach at University of South Carolina. So that'll probably help with recruiting, I think.
Oh, tough pickup. It's short. It bounces, and Sanjurjo is going to be safe at first. So an error on the shortstop, Camillo.
Yeah, Christian Sanjurjo did a great job of driving that curveball to the shortstop. A little hard to handle. He ran through it, and the ball went out of play. So as a result, Sanjurjo was able to take 2nd. So we have a runner on 2nd and nobody out.
Second on that overthrow. So you've got your first runner in scoring position of the night. Andres Ramos will step in, the 5-hole hitter. Third baseman, Puerto Rico, big guy, 6'2", 185, batting .322.
Yeah, he needs to try to hit something the other way right here and try to get Sanjurjo over to 3rd any way he can.
Jeff Tam loves going opposite field, doesn't he?
He does.
Preaches it.
Looks like he had the bunt on there and kind of probably checking out what they're going to do defensively. So we'll see if Coach Tam keeps the bunt on or lets Andre swing away.
Alluded to the unfortunate incidents on the base pass so far this year. They've been caught stealing 15 times. The Titans. So some uncharacteristic base running errors, which have led to a couple of losses.
Yeah, they really have, and they've struggled. Again, some of the cardinal sins of baseball, you don't want to make the 1st or 3rd out at 3rd base or home, and they've done that a few times. And I know Coach Tam's been a little frustrated, so hopefully they can compete right here and get that runner moved over and get him in.
1-1. Play.
Alantoff still really commanding the strike zone. And Sanjurjo at 2nd would be an unearned run.
It's kind of battle of the wills right here because Alantoff's going to try to keep it inside, and Ramos wants it outside to hit to the out or hit to the right side, and so it'll be the battle of the wills here. Who makes a mistake?
Late word outside it goes. Strike just on the outside corner. 1-2 to Andres Ramos. Ramos with 7 RBIs so far this season. Allentoff from the stretch. Up the middle, play for Camilo, throw on to first. Runner advances on the play. There's one away. Ramos retired, but Sanjurjo over to third. The fielder's choice.
Nice job of hitting by Ramos there. Kind of caught it off the end of the bat a little bit, but hit it enough up the middle that enabled Christian to go from second to third. Now the Titans have a runner in scoring position with only 1 out.
Jacob Zarello will bat for the first time. Our state champion at Westminster Christian. Went to UNF for a quick spell before coming to Eastern Florida.
Jacob's try to get something in the air right here and get this run home with a sacrifice fly.
Titans first baseman batting .220. It's 5 ribbies and a home run.
Yeah, Jacob's got excellent power at all fields. And you'll notice he has 13 walks on the season too. So even though his average is a little lower, he gets on base quite a bit.
Sanjurjo, the runner at third, standing right in front of Jeff Tam. Go high upstairs. And Zarello swings at the cheese.
Yeah, that one looked like it's a little bit out of the zone there, and Jacob's got to go back to have that plate discipline, make sure he's swinging at strikes.
Yes, sir.
Get something lifted.
1-1 to Zarello. Open stance here too. And swings through strike 2. Jason Corneal, Titans' leading hitter, is on deck. Sanjurjo represents the game's first run at third, but right now Zarello in a hole. And the breeze picking up just a bit here too. Cooling things off. Ooh, tough take, able to do so. Count even 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that was a good take by Zarello, just off the plate, so that tells you why he has 13 walks on the year, I guess.
That's a good eye.
That was a tough one to take with 2 strikes.
Usually you take that, you're going back to the dugout.
That's for sure.
Another inch. Tips that one into the glove. Strike 3. So that's the 3rd K for Justin Allentoff. Be up to Jason Corneal.
Yeah, Allentoff just challenged Zarello with those last 2 fastballs and was able to sneak it by him. Foul tip right in the catcher's glove.
Well, Jason Corneal, we saw him go 4 for 4 against Miami-Dade last week, albeit in a loss.
He's got time.
Average up to 406, 13 RBIs.
Yeah, he's improved his average 40 points over the last 2 weeks. He's really been one of the hot Titan hitters. And it's not often you see a 406 hitter in the 7-hole.
Yeah, leading RBI man as well in the 7-hole.
He's in a good spot right here.
And I'm sure that's what Axel Salgado is saying. Dangerous hitter, not your typical number 7.
Exactly. He's out here probably telling Allentoff to be careful. It's not the worst thing in the world if you put him on first base.
First pitch to Corneal. Sends it opposite field, and it's going to land all the way to the fence. as Chansey could not get it. Now stumbling, bumbling now towards third, and in there with a triple safely is Jason Corneal. Big RBI triple as he caught Carter Chansey a bit flat-footed out and right.
Yeah, that was a great piece of hitting by Jason Corneal. He went down and got that ball and just drove it hard to right. The right fielder misjudged it a little bit and then lost his balance, and Corneal was able to stretch it into a triple. That's a big run for the Titans. Get on the board first early in the game like this.
RBI number 14 for Corneal. So it'll be a fair ball down the right side. It's 2-0 Titans, and holding up at first, making a big turnaround will be Castillo. Corneal comes home to score, an RBI single for Paul.
That's a nice job of hitting by Castillo, being aggressive early in the count, looking for that first pitch fastball, and that's what he got. He drove it right down the first base line, picked up another RBI.
Another hallmark of a Jeff Tam team. Be aggressive early in the count.
Absolutely, especially when you have a strikeout pitcher on the mound. You don't want to get in the hole with 2 strikes. You want to be aggressive early, and that's what the Titans are doing.
2 out, but 2 already in. Runner at first is Paul Castillo. And for the first time, Cabrera, he's got a base hit. 3 straight hits and 3 straight runs for Eastern Florida. Play at the plate. Not going to be there. So Castillo comes around to score. 3 straight hits, 3 straight runs, and the Titans are up 3-0. RBI double for Cabrera.
Yeah, once again, Cabrera sitting on that first pitch fastball, got it on the outer half, and just drove it to right center. Probably the hardest ball hit all inning, and that ball went all the way to the wall. Nice double by Luis Cabrera, the catcher.
Hits have been contagious here in the bottom of the second. Dylan Espinal back to the top of the order will bat for the second time. Strikeout victim in the first.
What?
Batting .318. He's got a runner in scoring position in the form of Luis Cabrera.
This is good. This will give the players and Coach Tam some confidence doing this with 2 outs. You know, after they didn't really get the runner moved over like they should have a few batters ago, it's good to see these other players come through, get these key hits for the Titans.
Remember, there was the throwing error to start things off.
Whoa.
So one of those 3 will be unearned, but down in a 3-0 hole nonetheless. So a triple, a single, and a double, all RBI hits for Eastern Florida that inning. See if they can go for the cycle this inning. Swinging through, strike 1. Espinal, no triples yet this year. No doubles. Does have the 1 home run.
Yeah, he's surprising for a little guy. He's got some power, and he's a battler there at the top part of the order. It's the kind of guy you want up in this situation.
Takes a strike. 1 and 2 as Alan Toff wants to get back to the dugout for certain.
Yeah, he's kind of starting to rely a little bit more on his curveball here. He saw a couple of his fastballs turned around with these last 2 or 3 hitters, so he's going with some off speed.
Takes him off, and as soon as he does, Espinal steps out. Titans have been batting around.
Come here.
Sanjurjo. It's the first to score.
What?
RBIs for Corneal, Castillo, and Cabrera. This will be chopped to second. Diego Ramos, tough glove, gets it over in time, and the inning is over. But 3 runs come home on 3 hits. There's one error and 1 left on base, and the Titans are out in front, 3-0 over Indian River.
Yeah, Dylan did a good job of fighting off that curveball. Got fisted a little bit and ran it out, and very close play at first base. Great second inning for the Titans as they now lead 3-0 over the Indian River State College Pioneers.
Down by 3 runs, the Pioneers will hit from the bottom of the order. Carter Chansey is a player that fell down on that triple to right field for Cornell. He'll try to earn something back here from the plate. 9-hole hitter.
Yeah, he's got 4 stolen bases on the year, so he can run a little bit. So it's going to be important for Mason to settle in and keep him off the bases. And certainly he's going to come in with a different mindset now, being up 3-0. He can pitch it a little more relaxed, starting with a 9-hole hitter and going back to the top of the order. So far he's gotten the first batter out in innings 1 and 2, and hopefully he'll do the same thing in inning 3.
Carter Chansey going to be the first hitter, right fielder. As again, when you're a pitcher, how about 3 runs? There's a fine line between taking some pressure off, but also making you almost too comfortable. Is there a point where there's almost too many runs scored for a pitcher?
Well, in the college game, you know, the way the ball jumps off those aluminum bats, I don't know that any lead's really truly safe. But this is more of a pitcher's ballpark, and you're looking at the flag down the right field line. The wind is blowing in, so it's definitely a good night to be a pitcher. But I know Mason, he'd like to have 8 or 9 runs, so. But he'll start with 3.
Sometimes in those tight games, you know there's no margin for error, so you're really focused. First pitch strike to Carter Chansey of Fernandina Beach, batting .225 RBIs, 9 runs, 4 stolen bases. Chansey will take a ball outside, 1-1. Danny Camillo, the leadoff hitter, on deck.
Yes, he did.
Went on the bunt. Ball 2 strikes. Carter Chansey. As you mentioned, Jim, he was stud still getting the first batter out in each of the previous 2 innings. And he's done it for a 3rd straight inning as he strikes out Carter Chansey. That is strikeout number 4 for Mason Studstill.
Nice. A little bit of a slider there for the 3rd strike. Caught the outside corner. Nice pitch by Mason Studstill. Really seems like he's got his A game. Even though he struggled a little bit in the 1st inning, they weren't bad pitches. He's really moving the ball in and out, up and down. Doing an excellent job so far.
Danny Camillo back up a 2nd time. Bronx man flies this one to left. Long run, unable to make the catch was Castillo. And was it a foul ball?
Foul ball, yeah, just beyond the left field line there.
As Camillo will have to make the long walk back.
Yeah, Castillo was shaded a little bit towards left center, so he had a long run to try to come up with this ball, and he got there just in time, hit his glove, but just couldn't complete the play. But a great effort nonetheless by Paul Castillo.
Camillo flied out 3rd base in that 1st inning. A long strike now will yield on the next pitch. Base knock, maybe 2. Cut off, thrown into 2nd. And in safely is Danny Camillo, base runner aboard here for the Pioneers in the top of the third.
Yeah, it never fails when play before the pitch.
Yeah.
You don't make that play, and then the next pitch, the batter gets the hit.
So back out to second base, this time for real. Axel Salgado.
Once again, this pitch was down and in, kind of under the hands. It wasn't a bad pitch, but Camillo got his hands through and drove it to right center.
Ball got away, but quickly jumping on it was Cabrera.
Yeah, it looked like the umpire was getting ready to call that a strike, but because Cabrera dropped the ball, he put his hand back down because that was close to being on the inside corner there. A good pitch by Mason.
Axel Salgado ahead of the count 1-0, checking the runner. Stud still. Go opposite way, but out of play.
Like Camillo was running on the pitch there. Coach Kingston being a little aggressive even with one out.
Camillo with the one stolen base.
In talking to Coach Kingston, he was really impressed with Camillo. He said he's really one of the team leaders, has a high baseball IQ, really knows how to play the game.
Sophomore shortstop with a 1-1 count, 1 out. Fouls that one off, 1-2.
But again, this is a prime example of the importance of getting that first batter out of the inning, because a runner on first base and 1 out is a lot different than a runner on second base and nobody out. So it's huge getting that first out.
Just missed. 2-2.
Make sure I get to it. Half a ball? 2-2, yes.
Stud still with a 3-run lead. Like to keep it that way.
18.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Axel Salgado.
Yeah, he just missed there, but you're right. He wants to keep it that way. The most important inning is right after your team just scored some runs. You want to come back out the next half inning and shut them down.
Salgado in that first inning singled and then was caught off third. He'll be on the base for the second time tonight as he draws the walk. First base on balls issued by Mason Stud still.
Yeah, this looked like a pretty good pitch, maybe a touch high. Cabrera brought it down a little bit after he caught it, but on a borderline pitch, unfortunately, Mason didn't get that call.
Runners now on first and second as A.J. Rica steps to the plate. Boy, not the man you want to see in an RBI situation. So he takes a ball. One of the more patient hitters in the nation. Batting .392. Single and made it as far as second back in the first inning.
Looked like he was thinking about maybe laying down a bunt down third base to keep Ramos honest.
Well, he's ahead in the count, 2-0. No doubt Stud still knows his exploits. Stepping off. Stud still trying to get a ground ball here from him.
Absolutely. He's going to be another tough one to double up. He runs a 6.5 60, so he's got the speed of a center fielder, and he's going to be a tough one to double up unless he hits it right at someone. But definitely Mason would like to see a ground ball double play and get out of this inning.
A strike makes it 2 balls and a strike. The count on A.J. Rica. Trying to pick off at second, safely back in is Camillo. Taking just enough attention away from the batter for Mason Stud still. Stud still the sophomore. Getting strike 2 on the foul ball.
Never know. Coach Kingston may be aggressive in this particular situation. 2 on, a good contact hitter.
Yep.
You may see the runners in motion right here.
Checking the runner is Studstill. Strike 3 call as he gets Rika looking. Strikeout number 5 for Mason Studstill. Now there's 2 away.
That was a big pitch by Studstill. He reared back and challenged him on that one. He threw the fastball right in under the hands. Great pitch by Mason Studstill. Huge out in this particular inning. Now he's facing Brutcher with 2 outs and 2 on.
Put Rika in the freezer. Brutcher now steps in. Big home run threat with 2 on. Upstairs, ball 1. Reached on a walk in the first. Brutcher, a big hitter. This will be popped up. A tough play. Running back is Sanjurjo, and he's got it to end the inning. So outfielders Castillo and Silva yielded to Sanjurjo, and there was a hit. Nobody scored, and 2 runners left on base, and it's still 3-0 Titans.
Yeah, Studstill did a great job of keeping the ball down and away, and Sanjurjo went out and took the ball away from Castillo in left field. A nice running catch by our shortstop.
We're here at Bruce Bochy Field, home of Eastern Florida baseball, as we go to the home half of this 3rd inning. Everybody having a good time tonight. You know, perfect night for baseball here.
Yeah, it really is. And it's neat to see the students from other sports come out and support the baseball players. And I know they go out and support the other student athletes at their particular sports. It's great to see that.
Yeah. Well, Mason Studstill has 5 strikeouts now. And here they are. Hunter Holland in the first. Stubbs in the second. Awesome in the second. Stavman, have a seat. And in the third, Chansey, and then Rika looking. So 5 strikeouts through 3 innings. And if you can keep pitching like that, this is going to be a good night for the Titans.
Yes, it is. And like I said earlier, it looks like he brought his A game. A week ago against Miami-Dade, he had 10 strikeouts.
Tough
and
luck.
just pitched an unbelievable game. Unfortunately, he got a no decision, and we ended up losing the game. But he pitched as well as you can expect anyone to pitch that particular night.
Titans will bat for the 3rd time tonight. Silva, Morejo, and Sanjurjo. Alan Toff. Task now to not let this get too much further out of hand, but you got that heart of the order. Could be coming up should Silva, Morejo get on board. Silva flied out to center his first at bat.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him maybe lay one down. Third baseman's playing in a little bit.
Does have 5 stolen bases, so he's got some wheels. Take upstairs, all 1. Morejo on deck. As Alan Toff comes plateward. Foul straight back, 1-1.
Nice cut by Silva right there. It looked like he was right on that pitch. Just got under it a little bit. I tell you, Kevin, he's one of the best defensive outfielders I've seen in quite some time in college. He really covers a lot of ground out in center. He can go power alley to power alley, catch anything within his range.
1-1 from Alan Toff. On its way. Drops in there for a strike. Silva behind in the count. Ball 2 strikes.
Yeah, nice little curveball there, a little change of speed down at the knees. I don't think Kevin was looking for that pitch, but now with 2 strikes, he's got to be looking for anything close.
Setting him up outside. Swing and a miss, and strikeout there for Allentoff, his 4th. And Silva down on strikes, brings up Elian Morejo with 1 out.
Yeah, Allentoff, you can tell he's got some extra life on that fastball when he decides to throw it. He's got that little bit extra movement that can just get it right by the hitters.
Morejo, a strikeout victim in the 1st inning. It was a 1-2-3 inning for the Pioneers. It's a good night to debut our jugs gun that we've added to our broadcast. Let's get these pitchers throwing some strikes.
Yes, it is.
We'll be updating you pitching speeds going further into the night. Fouled out of play. 72 miles per hour that last pitch off speed.
Yeah, he started him off with probably a 90-plus fastball and came back with 72, and now
never impressive when you see
now Morejo just has to look for anything right here.
Foul the 0-2 back. Elian Morejo entering this game batting .314. 1 for 2, a run, an RBI. 5-3 win against Miami-Dade on the 21st of February. Staying alive.
Great piece of 2-strike hitting right there. You could tell he was completely fooled. He knew it was going to be a strike. He just threw the bat out and fouled it off towards the first base dugout. Great piece of 2-strike hitting. Can live to fight another day right here.
He lifted foul once more, wasting another pitch from Allentoff.
First time we've seen that. Allentoff sped up his wind up quite a bit there and tried to get Morejo off balance, but Morejo was up to the task.
Still no balls, 2 strikes. To the former Lake Nona Lion. Fouls off another. Titans up by 3. All 3 runs scored in that 2nd inning.
Let's get time.
Quickly stepping out. Digs into the box. Comes in on him. Fouls off another.
Great piece of hitting by Morejo, driving that pitch count up for Allentoff as well, so that may pay off later in the game. Allentoff left that curveball up a little bit. Morejo just got a piece of it to hang in there with the count 2-2. But like you mentioned earlier in the game, we had Espinal was fighting off some pitches and making that pitcher throw those extra pitches in a given inning. He'll have to come out in the 5th versus the 7th or 8th, so that's huge for the Titan offense.
Allentoff again, low.
You can tell he wanted that pitch, but might want to be careful with that body language.
Up over 90.
91 miles an hour.
Body language, never a friend of a home plate umpire.
No. That plate will get squeezed in a hurry if you start showing negative body language.
Some chatter from the dugouts.
Yeah, I was going to say his teammates in the dugout aren't doing him any favors either.
Strike 3. A big cheer from the Pioneers dugout. Back-to-back strikeouts for Allentoff. Now he's on 5 as well with Christian Sanjuro. Sanjuro singled, reached second on an error, came home to score back in the 2nd. Adding 390. I had a big night against Miami-Dade on the 21st. 3 for 5, 3 runs scored, RBI.
Yeah, Christian's an outstanding player, does a great job at shortstop, and that's why any good baseball team, you're going to be strong up the middle with your shortstop, second baseman, center fielder, and catcher. So Christian's certainly a big part of that.
Titans shortstop takes a strike. Allentoff starting to settle in here after conceding those 3 runs in the second. Fastball's been consistently upper 80s, low 90s. Allen upstairs, off speed. A ball to strike. Sanjurjo. Boy, drops that one in, a strike.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch. You get that curveball in on the hands like that, even if you hit it, you're going to get fisted and hit a weak grounder probably back to the pitcher. So
sometimes it's better to swing through as long as it's not, you're not on 2, right?
Exactly.
And just got a piece of that one to stay alive. Ball, 2 strikes on Sanjurjo.
He tried that outside curveball, same pitch that he got Morejo with. But Sanjurjo was up to the task and fought it off. Good piece of 2-strike hitting right there.
Sanjurjo, one of the tougher Titans to strike out. Just 5 so far this season. Chatter continues as Allentoff resets on the rubber.
Seems like they're having a little bit of trouble communicating, Allentoff and Salgado, with the signals.
Swung on, foul territory, giving chase is Brutcher. He'll run out of real estate. Long foul ball. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. As Allentoff looking for a 1-2-3 inning like he had in the 1st.
What?
All 2 strikes. And it'll call time. Waiting there too long.
Yeah, this is one of the things the Major League Baseball is looking at, is some ways to speed up the game. It seems like right now the pitcher and the catcher are not on the same page, and the batter wants to call timeout.
Drilled left center in the gap to the alley, to the wall. And there's going to be a runner aboard here for the Titans. He's going to try to dig for 3rd. No, he'll wisely pull it back as the throw came in. And a 2-out hit for Christian Sanjurjo. He got a double. So 2 for 2 tonight.
Sanjurjo did a great job of fighting off several 2-strike pitches, and then he got that fastball down where he wanted it, drove it to left center for a 2-out double. Titans still have a chance to score this inning with Ramos coming up.
I remember there's 2 outs, but there were 2 outs last inning when they scored all 3. And Ramos advanced the runner on a fielder's choice last inning. Well, we'll hit it to short. Camillo trying to pick it up. Long throw to first, over to Brutcher in time, and the inning is over. There was no runs, a hit, 1 left on. Still 3-0 Eastern Florida State.
I I attend Eastern Florida State College, and I'm a part of the Airframe and Power Plant Certification Program. Here I'm getting an all-around picture of what I'm able to do, from sheet metal fabrication to actual troubleshooting and actual systems work. It's definitely given me a much further knowledge base than I ever could imagine I would ever get before. The instructors are actually really, really great. Their knowledge base, from their military experience to their civilian experience, has really given me a different outlook on, I guess, aircraft maintenance. It helps me to transition from my knowledge from the military to civilian life, because it is different in the way we conduct business on the flight lines and the way we do maintenance on aircraft. My passion is really to work with Northrop Grumman, from their back shops to their flight line works to someday even manufacturing and engineering. I would highly recommend this program to someone else, especially other women.
We go to the top of the fourth. Titans leading 3-0 against Indian River State College. Titans baseball and WEFS. Jeff Radcliffe, Jim Wilcoxon, and our entire crew. Titans a shade over 500. Would like to go to 2-3 in conference play should they hold on, but a long way to go, as Hunter Holland, Joseph Stubbs, and Diego Ramos will be the batters this inning for the Pioneers.
Yeah, Hunter's that rare player that hits for average, has power, and also has speed. He has 2 home runs on the year and also 4 stolen bases. So you usually have one or the other, not both. So that's, I'm sure Coach Kingston loves having him in the lineup, hitting in the 5-hole.
Pioneers left fielder again, is perfect from the plate on Wednesday. 4 for 4, and 3 of the 9 runs came off his bat. 9-5 win for the Pioneers.
Here we go, guys.
Holland, a strikeout victim back in the first and the inning. And he will chop this one to the left side, picked up by the third baseman Ramos, and the throw not in time. Runner aboard, Hunter Holland.
Yeah, it looks like Holland just caught that off the end of the bat. High hopper, and didn't come get it quick enough.
And he double clutched.
And again, like I said earlier, he runs well, and he was able to beat it out for an infield single. First time the Pioneers have had the leadoff batter on this game.
Joseph Stubbs, a runner on first. Strikeout victim of Mason Studd still in the second. Stubbs from Lincoln Park Academy in Fort Pierce. Designated hitter. Again, another guy with some home run power. He's got 2 of them. 6 ribbies to go with it.
Whoa.
Low ball.
It's a good miss by Studstill there. Down and away. Won't get hurt too much there. I would look. Coach Kingston seemed like he wants to be aggressive with the left-handed batter up, and Holland on first base with good speed. I look for him to maybe run here in the next pitch or two.
Quick throw back to keep him honest. Holland 4 steals. 1-1 or not. It's thrown back to first again. Keeping close tabs on Holland.
Looked like he might have been going on that pitch. He made a step towards second, and then Mason drew him back.
There's a strike 2 pitch.
1-2.
Holland, the 4 stolen bases, has yet to be caught. And right now, 1-2. And Joseph Stubbs. And he strikes out. 6th strikeout of the night for Mason Studstill. And there's 1 away. Diego Ramos will bat for the 2nd time. He grounded out to second back in the 2nd inning. Out of Palo Prep, Delray Beach native. Another guy with some home run power, does have one dinger this year. And they are worried about Hunter Holland at first.
Yeah, Mason does a great job. I've seen him pitch several games this year. He does a great job of holding runners on.
Gonna make it easy as he throws back to Zarello. You have to throw a pitch here to Diego Ramos. Goes high. Ball a strike.
There's a fine line, though. You want to be careful about worrying too much about the runner, especially with the 3-run lead, and lose your focus on the batter. So main thing is focus on the guy at the plate right here.
Stud still throws. Boy, high fastball. Got him swinging on that one. 1-1. 87 on the radar gun there.
Yeah, Mason sits typically between 87 and 89. Every now and then he bumps it up 90, 91.
Will be fouled off. Ball 2 strikes. The runner at first, Hunter Holland. It's been 3 or 4 throwbacks already.
1-2. Play. All right, you got time?
Ramos calls time.
Play.
Mason comes set. And down on strikes. Ramos looking. Strikeout number 7 for Mason Studstill.
Yeah, Mason decided with 2 strikes he's going to rear back and just throw it right by him, right at the knees. Excellent pitch by Mason Studstill to get the second out of the inning, showing 95 miles an hour.
Reared up 95.
That's a big difference between 89 and 95 too.
No doubt. Michael Stavman here trying to keep the inning going. It was a leadoff single from Holland. He's still there after 2 strikeouts to Stubbs and Ramos. Stavman a strikeout victim in the 2nd inning. From Maple Ridge, British Columbia. We'll pop this one up. Players converging, and it will be taken by Espinal. And the side is retired. 1 hit, but the runner was left, and it is still 3-0 Titans as we go to the bottom of the 4th. The Titans will bring Zarello, Corneal, and Castillo to the plate.
Yeah, Mason Studstill did a great job after allowing that leadoff single to the Pioneers to get out of that inning without any run scores as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Titans bring up Zarello, Corneal, and Castillo in the bottom of the 4th with a 3-0 lead.
Fans got to see the bats working in the 2nd inning. The Titans brought home 3 runs. So as Jason Corneal with the RBI triple brought home Christian Sanjurjo. And Paul Castillo got on board. RBI single. Scoring Corneal. And Cabrera sending it opposite field. Castillo scored 3-0. A double for Cabrera on the play. And you got that part of the order coming up here in the 4th.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. You know they're not going to get many fastballs that part of the order because that's what they saw last inning when they had all those hits and RBI. So they should be looking for some off-speed pitches from Allentoff in the bottom of the 4th here.
John Dowdy, our umpire. Allentoff now a relatively high pitch count going into this 4th inning. Nobody working in either bullpen at the moment. Everybody working their conversations in the crowd. In between innings, that's the time.
Yeah, you get a lot of time, a lot of downtime during baseball, but I've been impressed so far with the kind of support that Eastern Florida gets with their baseball program. Of course, the beautiful weather hasn't hurt either that we've had for encouraging people to come out and watch the Titans play.
Yeah, more fans keep trickling in. That's one nice thing about being a spectator in baseball. It's a very social aspect to it, right?
Very much so. If you miss a play or two, you still have
plenty more.
Plenty more to watch.
Plenty of other people to tell you what you just missed. There's Jacob Zarello that strike out in the 2nd inning. So we start the bottom of the 4th. Takes inside. Ball 1.
Yeah, as I thought, Aldenhoff started him off with a curveball. Jason's probably looking for a fastball that he can drive to the power alleys.
One low. So trouble here locating, start things off to Zarello. Zarello batting .220 coming into this contest. 6'1", 235 out of Miami. There's a strike.
Yeah, 2-0. He was looking for that pitch right there, and he didn't get cheated on that swing. He was trying to hit it out there to the elementary school, I believe.
It's inside, ball 3. Off laboring just a touch. Looking at Salgado. Fouls that one. Count runs full. Jacob Zarello.
He got him with a fastball earlier in the game. I have a feeling Allentoff may try to throw one by him again. Probably something on the outside part of the plate. See if he'll chase it.
Setting up there. And it'll be fouled straight back. Out of play.
Yeah, I think
did exactly what you said.
Yeah, I think Jacob liked to have that pitch over. He just missed it. Looked like he was right on it, exactly what he was looking for, and just got under it. But my guess is he'll probably get a curveball here.
Full count pitch. Ball 4. So a leadoff runner aboard in the form of Jacob Zarello. That is the first walk issued by Justin Allentoff, and that is a rare occurrence. Just the 5th all season.
Yeah, that's impressive to throw as many innings as he has and only has 5 walks on the year.
Brings up Jason Corneal, RBI triple. Moon starting to make its appearance, emerging from behind the trees. Corneal will take a strike.
Yeah, this is a great situation for Jason because he likes to hit the ball up the middle the other way, and with Brutcher holding on Zarello at first base, there's obviously a big hole over there between first and second, and Jason could drive one that way.
Corneal will take a strike, and the native of the Dominican Republic in a hole here. Runner at first is Zarello. Corneal tagged that ball in the 2nd inning.
Yes, he did. He's a strong young man. You look at him in a uniform, he just looks like a baseball player, doesn't he?
They sent it opposite field and over the right fielder. And this time he's retired on strikes. Will be strikeout number 6 for Alan Toff. 1 away. That brings up Paul Castillo. Castillo out of Miami's Slam Academy. Easy enough to say. Batting .313 coming in. Sophomore, the RBI single that led to the game's 2nd run for the Titans.
Yeah, Paul's been a versatile player for the Titans this year. He's a switch hitter, hits from both sides of the plate. He's played some second base as well as left and right field, so he gives Coach Tam a lot of options.
Titans left fielder head of the count 1-0.
Do your thing, Joe. Guys got time?
Just waiting for that, right?
Exactly.
Too long of a silence.
I don't believe Zarello's going to run. He's a first baseman and runs like a first baseman, so I don't think they have anything to worry about unless it's a hit and run.
Right down Broadway. Strike 1. One away for Paul Castillo. Runner first is Zarello. Alan Toff's 1-1. Send it down the line once more. That was foul. 1-2.
Yeah, Coach Tam was being aggressive there with a three-run lead, putting the hit and run on with Castillo and Zarello. A lot of room over there on the right side.
1-2, play.
It's amazing. Coach Tam's done a really outstanding job since taking over this program. To have 30 wins the last 3 years, that's an impressive accomplishment.
Galley High and Florida State great. Keeps alive, sends it the other way, foul. Of course, everybody remembers Jeff Tam's exploits, 6 seasons in the majors, Mets, Indians, A's. Featured in that Moneyball 2002 season for the A's.
Yeah, that's
3.91 career ERA.
Yeah, that's impressive. And the Moneyball was one of his claims fame, if you will.
Right up the middle, base knock for Paul Castillo. Runners at first and second, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th.
Castillo did a nice job of hitting that ball. Was down and away a little bit, but stayed right on it and drove it up the middle for his 2nd single of the game. Now the Titans are in business with runners at first and second and 1 out.
Be interested in asking Jeff Tam if Brad Pitt's portrayal of Billy Beane was spot on in that or not. Or did they embellish a little bit?
Oh, I'm sure they embellished a little bit.
It's Luis Cabrera with 2 on, 1 out, trying to turn that lineup over. RBI double in the 2nd. Led to the game's 3rd run. Laboring once more is Justin Allentoff. Runner in scoring position. Strike up and in.
Yeah, as I suspected, Allentoff started off every hitter in this inning with a curveball. So he got the message on those first pitch fastballs.
Take strike 2. So Cabrera will have to do it the hard way with Espinal on deck. Runner at second is Zarello. Castillo there at first. Trying to be a two-strike hitter. Outside. Oh, got him looking. That might have been a little wide, but just caught the corner. Strikeout number 7 for Allentoff.
Yeah, Allentoff threw another curveball right there on the outside corner. Again, 2 strikes, anything close, you got to be swinging.
2 away for Dylan Espinal. Espinal has been retired both plate appearances, strikeout and a ground out. Runners will try to advance, a throw to third. Both runners safe. So Zarello to third, Castillo to second.
That's a great job of base running by Jacob Zarello, reading the pitch, knowing that the ball got far enough away from the catcher, Salgado, and advanced to third. And Castillo right behind him at second. So now
Espinal on an RBI position here.
2 outs, anything can happen. You never know, might get a wild pitch pass ball, steal a run here.
I've got time.
Dylan will call time.
Play.
Espinal has the wheels to beat out a throw at first, so it may not be automatic, right? Throwing to first base on a ground ball.
Yeah, Camillo and Ramos are playing pretty deep at short and second, so definitely any ground ball up the middle, he would definitely have a chance.
Takes a strike. Count even 1-1. Zarello at third, Castillo at second. Titans hoping to bust this open here in the 4th. Base knock would do the job. Take strike 2.
Yeah, Allentoff's finding some rhythm with that curveball. He's throwing it on that outside part of the plate pretty much at will right now. So the Titan hitters got to make an adjustment. Try to hit that ball the other way.
Espinal waits. An uncomfortable silence. Backs out. You can feel when time is about to be called every time.
Yeah, I really do think they need to do something about that in baseball, though, to speed the games up. And
if you're a batter, you don't want to be sitting there thinking, right? That's the worst.
Right.
See how back out, recollect. And strikes him out swinging. 8th strikeout for Allentoff. There was a hit, no runs, 2 left on, and at the end of 4, it's still 3-0, but Allentoff now with 8 strikeouts.
Yeah, 8 strikeouts, and that, again, that was an impressive fastball going after Dylan Espinal for the 3rd out of the bottom of the 4th.
So moon rising. The question is it a bad moon rising here for the Pioneers? We can do something about this 3-0 deficit.
Yeah, both pitchers have had some innings where runners have gotten on and they've been able to get out of it. So sometimes it just takes that one extra hit in the Titans' case to blow the game open. Little full moon here at the old ballpark tonight.
As I say, strange things happen. Who knows? There's some crazy action coming up. Jeff Tam, now in his 6th season, man who began as a pitching coach under Ernie Rosso. So, coach that lost players like Seb Rivera and Sammy Duran, Jeff Cordy, now at Illinois, Jake McFadden, now at the University of New Orleans, Tommy Romero within the Mariners organization, Chandler Benton at FAMU, Tim Luth, North Carolina A&T. Those are the players he lost, and that's a consistency from his program, is moving those players on to better and brighter things.
Exactly. He's done such a great job of recruiting over the years, and the kids know when they come here and produce, they're going to get a chance to keep playing either at a Division I school or in the pros. And that reputation speaks for itself.
We go to the top of the 5th. And Carter Chansey will come to the plate for the second time. A strikeout victim in the 3rd. Upstairs a ball.
Yeah, Chansey's got some wheels again, looking to bunt there. Ramos, Titan third baseman's in on the grass looking for that bunt.
Takes that one out of the strike zone once more. So it's still working on a shutout. We're in the 5th. So the point of the game here, Jim, where you're watching, is his pitch changing at all, starting to tire.
Exactly. Yeah, he's thrown quite a few pitches as well, and walking the batter on four pitches
straight
is not a good thing. It looks like Coach Tam is maybe looking at starting some action down in the bullpen.
So a walk to Chansey. Brings up Danny Camillo for the 3rd time. Doubled in the 3rd inning after flying out in the 1st. Shortstop. The Bronx hitting .216. 3 runs scored against Eastern Florida Wednesday. Starts still the strike.
Nice first pitch strike there. Mason really likes to live on the corners.
Drilled. Base hit to right. Is Chansey gonna take the chance? No problem. All the way to 3rd. Runners on the corners with nobody out here in the 5th.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of an off-speed pitch there. Mason left the ball up a little bit, and Camillo just turned on it. Nice base hit down the right field line.
Brings up Axel Salgado. A little meeting of the minds at the mound with Cabrera and Studstill. Still no action in the Titans bullpen. If you remember, Studstill labored a bit in that 1st inning, never conceded a run, but had a number of players aboard. In fact, 3 men were left on base in that inning by the Pioneers.
Yeah, again, it's one of those situations. You keep the ball down, looking to get a double play ball. We've got the catcher batting, so probably not necessarily a fast runner. Should be able to double him up, give up the run for a double play right here.
Comes the bunt. A little chopper foul. Everybody will reset.
Looks like Coach Kingston put on the safety squeeze there. He squared around the bunt, and Chansey waited a little bit to make sure the ball was down instead of a full-out suicide squeeze. We'll see if he keeps that on or lets Salgado swing away right here.
For those that don't know the difference, explain the suicide versus the safety squeeze.
Yeah, the suicide squeeze, the runner at 3rd takes off right when the pitcher delivers the ball.
So it'll be chopped, and it lands in. First run of the game for Indian River. And it's an overthrow at 3rd. It's going to be 3-2. So the error bug strikes out on a weakly hit ball by Salgado. So an RBI on that hit, he'll take it. 2 of them.
Yeah, Salgado really fisted the ball, but because Zarello was playing in, it kind of dropped in no man's land for the RBI.
Salgado,
but unfortunately, we couldn't make the play at 3rd and gave him a 2nd run. And that's been kind of the frustration of Coach Tam as you see him coming out to the mound now to talk to Mason, is the defense for the Titans has really let him down time and time again this year. And instead of having a 3-1 ball game, now it's 3-2, and they have a runner in scoring position. So
everything you've worked so hard for.
Exactly.
Starting to evaporate. Well, sometimes that's one of those funny bounces in baseball. Hit looks like a routine fly out, but it just got deep enough past the infield. Wasn't high enough to get under, and bam,
Exactly.
2 runs come home.
They just call it the old Texas leaguer, you know.
Yeah,
it just kind of drops in. I'm not sure where that term came from, but that's what they called it when I was growing up and playing. And sometimes those are worse than the line drives all the way to the outfield.
The times you feel you get a good beat on a ball, you're lining it to the gap, and then a great catch made to rob you. That's baseball. So the runner at second is Salgado. Chansey came around to score, and Camillo on the error as well. And the always dangerous A.J. Rica.
Yeah, Mason wants to be careful here. You got a base open at first and wants to be careful.
You can go from a lead to a deficit as that one's fouled off the bunt. 1-1. As we enter the heart of the order here for the Pioneers.
Yeah, Rica's one of those special players that can hit it out of the ballpark or lay down a bunt and beat it out. So those are tough guys to defend.
Yet to have a home run here this season. Some signals there in the infield. Let's make sure there's nothing lost in translation.
Yeah, Ramos is given the bunt defense. Make sure the Titans rotate the proper way.
One to A.J. Rica. Throw back to second. Whew. Back in safely is Salgado.
Yeah, good call there. Eastern Florida trying to bait him into a pickoff play, and Ramos charges in from third, hoping the runner at second base will relax a little bit and go to sleep, but he was up to the task.
2 runs on 2 hits so far this inning. There are none out. A runner in scoring position at second. The best hitter on the team at the plate. Rica batting .392. Takes a ball. And still no action in the Titans bullpen. So Studstill's going to go the distance in this inning. At least as of right now. Bunt and lay down, a good one to third. Ramos throws to first to retire Rica, but the runner moves to third on the play. Good baseball there by the Pioneers. Salgado in at third. Sacrifice by Rica. And Cole Brutcher come to the plate for the second time. 6'5". Big time hitter, 6 home runs. You gotta be careful with Rica. You gotta be more careful here.
Yeah, you do. That was good fundamental baseball by the Pioneers, getting the bunt down, moving the runner over to third with 1 out.
And a big hitter coming up.
With a big hitter coming up, he's going to try to lift one to the outfield. And Coach Tam has decided to bring the Titan infield in, try to hold the runner at third.
Brutcher, 259. And walked in the first and popped up to short. That happened in the third and can do some damage with 1 away here in the 5th. Takes a strike.
2-1.
This is a key batter right here for Mason, because if he can get him out, keep that runner at second with 2 outs, and the infield can back up and they can just play ball at that point.
Studstill's pitch. Blew it by him. Strike 2.
Nice fastball with a little late life on it. Threw it right by Cole Brutcher.
Brutcher's daring him to throw that one again. And the pitch. Ooh. Good take by Brutcher. 3-2. Count is full with a runner in third.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that pitch was because I don't think it was low and it certainly wasn't inside. So hitter got the benefit of the doubt there.
Inside, got him. 8th strikeout for Studstill. Second out of the inning.
That's a great job of pitching by Mason Studstill. Came back with the fastball in under the hands and just blew it right by Brutcher.
91 miles per hour.
Yeah, when he needs that little extra gas, he can deliver.
Reach back and get it. And Holland now steps in after striking out in the first, singling in the fourth. Takes a strike. And the runner at third is Salgado. Holland's Palm Beach Gardens high. Blasted to center. Diving catch. No. Run scores for Salgado. RBI single for Hunter Hollins. And it is 3-3.
Jay, that was a great effort by center fielder Kevin Silva. Looked like he got a good jump on the ball. Came in, made a diving effort just off the heel of his glove. 9 times out of 10, he's going to make that play. Unfortunately, that wasn't one of them, but
third,
he can cover some ground out there.
Third hit and third run of the inning. 2 away. Runner at first is Holland. Now Joseph Stubbs. Strikeout victim twice so far tonight from Studstill. Runner goes. Throw from Cabrera. Not good enough. And Holland is at second with the stolen base.
Looks like Coach Kingston put on the delay steal there and kind of caught Cabrera on his back foot. He had to double out and make the throw. Although it was a good throw, Sanjuro just couldn't hang on to it and make the play. Now they've got a runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
Stubbs will take a strike.
Yeah, Hunter did a good job of delaying
and
taking off. It was a really good throw by Cabrera, and the normally sure-handed Sanjuro just couldn't make the play. Mason's doing a great job of keeping his composure, though, with the throwing error at third base. Tough play in center field that, could have been caught, although tough play. He's keeping his composure and still battling out there on the mound.
Fisted foul on the left side.
Got the little Texas leaguer over the first baseman's head.
Yeah.
It's easy to put your head down and show, poor body language, but Mason's not doing that at all. He's got his head in the game. He's staying focused.
Hasn't been cranked. I mean, hasn't been hit hard.
No, not at all.
Up in 3 hits in the inning. And it's going to be a tough play for Ramos. Makes it no problem. Thrown on to Zarello to retire the side. 5-3, but 3 runs come home on 3 hits. There was an error and a runner left, and it's a whole new ball game. Eastern Florida and Indian River tied at 3.
Mason threw the fastball on the inner half of the plate. Andres Ramos did a nice job of charging the ball, setting his feet for the throw for the 3rd out in the top of the 5th for the Titans.
And you've had the lead since the 2nd. So a couple of 3-run innings, 1 for each team. Got a soccer match going on across the way. Some spring soccer for Oliver 12 Trees crew, it looks like.
Eastern Florida has a lot to be proud of with their athletic facilities here, with the soccer field, practice field, the new softball field, this beautiful Bruce Bochy baseball field.
Titan Fieldhouse got a facelift last year.
A lot to be proud of.
That's been certainly the basketball programs both of this year have made that place a fortress. The women's basketball team going undefeated at home.
They really have, yeah. They're both quality programs.
Both have made the postseason, by the way, men's and women's basketball. And we'll go to the state tournament. Titans men won the conference. First year in the Mid-Florida Conference. And the women in the Suncoast finished second to a really good Florida Southwestern State team. They were the only team to beat them this year in conference play.
Yeah, Coach Shulman, he's just done an excellent job ever since he's arrived here at Eastern Florida, and just puts out a quality product each and every year. And a lot of his players get the same chance to go on and play at the D1 level after they finish here at Eastern Florida.
Jeff Carr and the women's soccer team made it to the national final tournament, which is held here 3 straight years, I believe, or maybe even longer. Looking to get another bid for that one. And Oliver 12-3's men advancing deep into the postseason as well. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Starting all over. And we've got some action now in the Pioneers bullpen as they've leveled the terms here. Kevin Silva will start things off. 5th inning of work coming up for Allentoff. Does have 8 strikeouts.
Yeah, Kevin, even though he's batting in the 2-0, he's obviously leading off this inning, and he needs to treat it like a leadoff hitter. He needs to find a way to get on, use his speed, get to second base.
He's 0 for 2. Fly out and a strikeout. And we'll lift this one. Foul territory, right side. Gloved for the first out. So Brutcher takes care of that. 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th for Ilian Morejo. Twice now a strikeout victim. Titans designated hitter. Leads the team in runs scored. Hasn't gotten on base here tonight.
Even though he struck out twice tonight, it seemed like he's been right on Allentoff's pitches. He's just gotten in that 2-strike situation and made it really tough as a hitter, but it seems like he's right on, just missing fastball and curveball both.
Take a strike, count evening at 1-1.
Allentoff continues to impress, being able to throw that curveball in the outside corner for a strike. He's done a great job tonight keeping the Titan hitters off balance with that curveball. On the line tonight, one of these two teams will pick up their 4th loss in Southern Conference play.
And Indian River with a win will clinch this series. 2nd of 3 straight games against this team.
Yeah, I know that's why Coach Tam really wants to get this win tonight so they can go down there tomorrow and try to win the series. So that would be big for conference play and also just confidence of the Titan players as they move into further conference games in the upcoming weeks.
Titans' next home game will be Tuesday against ASA College, and now a 3-time strikeout victim is Ilian Morejo. 9 strikeouts for Justin Allentoff against the 1 walk. He hit 90 on the radar gun.
Yeah, he's been as advertised. Been a strike thrower and a strikeout pitcher. And unfortunately, Morejo is taking the old hat trick. 3 strikeouts in one game. That's one of those
Not a hat trick you
titles
want, right?
you don't want.
Sanjurjo, 2 outs. Ooh, fouls out off the helmet of Salgado. The ear ringer. Oh, that's why you wear the helmet.
Exactly. Well protected back there. It almost sounded like his bat hit the glove as well. But definitely went back and hit
Getting the worst of it.
Salgado, the catcher, and I think it may have come back and hit Sanjurjo, the batter.
He's in some discomfort. Trying to explain what happened. Trainer will come out and take a look.
That's unusual getting hit up there. Usually when you see a batter get hit, it's usually down on the ankles.
Yeah. See what
with the slider down and in. But
replay has to say. Maybe overstretched it a bit.
I think so. Yeah, I thought he got hit, but he didn't. I think he just must have pulled something in the upper arm or shoulder area, and maybe he was overswinging a little bit. That's someone they couldn't afford to lose, a middle infielder. He's critical there at that shortstop position.
Herho, a couple of practice swings to make sure everything's locked in and in tune. Sometimes you just feel something back there and you freak out a little bit.
Right, exactly.
It's unnatural. You hear a pop. Back to it. No balls and a strike to the Titans shortstop, Christian Sanjurjo.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Allentoff come back with another fastball to see how well that arm feels right now. See if he can get it through the zone.
Dude does just that. Foul straight back.
Looked like that arm was fine. He was right on that pitch, just got under it and fouled it straight back. But unfortunately now he's in a hole 0-2.
Allentoff, and there's a little bit of activity now in the Titans bullpen. Sanjurjo going to be a 2-strike hitter. Keeps it alive, chopping it foul. After tomorrow, Titans won't play another conference game until the 14th of this month, when they'll begin a 3-game set with Palm Beach. First game will be on the road, second at home, third on the road.
And Palm Beach is always a very tough opponent in conference play as well. So it'll be good. Titans play 3 non-conference games and
kind of get the rhythm back.
Get the rhythm back and get ready to finish out conference play.
In the bullpen for Eastern Florida.
Yeah, it looks like it's left-hander Zach Botel, left-hander, freshman left-hander out of Martin County's down there, getting loose in the bullpen.
Perhaps making his 9th appearance coming up. If that's the case, it would close the book on Studstill. He's had some good innings of work tonight. Ball 2 strikes on Sanjurjo. We'll lift this, a base hit. So with 2 outs, a runner aboard here for Eastern Florida State College. He is now 3 for 3.
I know the arm feels better now after getting that 3rd hit.
Good at
nice
bat.
job of hitting. Yeah, watch him go down and get this curveball, because that was a really good pitch by Justin Allentoff, and Christian just went out and got it. Sent it right over the shortstop's head for his 3rd hit of the night.
Andres Ramos, Puerto Rican 3rd baseman, come up to bat for the 3rd time tonight. Reached on a fielder's choice in the second, grounded out to short in the third. Take that one outside, ball one. At first is Sanjurjo. Sanjurjo does have one stolen base. So a lifted foul will not stay in the park. Does stay in the park, but lands in the bullpen. You'd have to think this is the last inning for each pitcher of the starters.
Yeah, I would think so. Both of them are getting up there in their pitch count, and tie ball game. It's time to see what the bullpens can do for both the Pioneers and the Titans.
A 1-1 coming to Ramos. Nope, no, step off. Titans third baseman looking for his first hit of this one. Strike. Now down in the count, a ball, 2 strikes. Jacob Zarello on deck.
Two strikes. I wouldn't be surprised to see Sanjurjo take off here. Put something in motion, see if Ramos can put it in play and possibly score from first.
And instead it'll be the 10th strikeout for Justin Allentoff as Ramos down on strikes. 3-3 the score. So we go to the 6th right after this on WEFS.
I attend Eastern Florida State College, and I'm a part of the Airframe and Power Plant Certification Program. Here I'm getting an all-around picture of what I'm able to do, from sheet metal fabrication to actual troubleshooting and actual systems works. It's definitely given me a much further knowledge base than I ever could imagine I would ever get before. The instructors are actually really great. Their knowledge base from their military experience to their civilian experience has really given me a different outlook on, I guess, aircraft maintenance. It helps me to transition from my knowledge from the military to civilian life, because it is different in the way we conduct business on the flight lines and the way we do maintenance on aircraft. My passion is really to work with Northrop Grumman, from their back shops to their flight line works to someday even manufacturing and engineering. I would highly recommend this program to someone else, especially other women.
We go to the top of the 6th in a 3-3 ball game, and Mason Studstill back out there for a 6th inning of work. Ramos, Stavman, and Chansey, the bottom of the order here for the Pioneers.
Let's go.
Laying off that one is Ramos, 0 for 2 tonight. Ground out to second and a strikeout. 1 of 7 for Studstill. Count evens at 1-1.
Nice curveball there by Mason Studstill, and you know, like we've talked, both pitchers have really thrown the ball well tonight. Allentoff has 10 strikeouts, Studstill has 7.
And chopped. Oh, it's a tough play. Getting one of those little Texas League base hits. This one will not bounce well for Ramos.
That's just a do or die play. Either you make it or you don't, and unfortunately Ramos came up empty-handed, and Diego Ramos got an infield single out of it.
So his first hit, leadoff runner aboard for Michael Stavman, also 0 for 2. And Ramos there at first does have a stolen base to his credit. Stavman a strikeout and a fly out to short. And he's ahead of the count 1-0. Run scored in the top of the 5th in what was a 3-0 game in favor of the Titans. Now it's anybody's game.
Yeah, this is a situation where they're squaring around the bunt, trying to move the runner over. Mason just needs to lay one in there, let him bunt it. Let's get the out, possibly a double play if it's a poor bunt.
Stavman swinging away.
Yeah, Coach Kingston took the bunt off.
2-0 goes to 2-1. See if it's back on. Fielder's in, by the way. Ramos corrects expecting bunt. There's strike 2, count full.
Nice pitch by Studstill there. Fastball right underneath the hands on Stoveman.
Studstill loses him. So the first 2 are aboard. Stavman drawing the walk. Ramos to second. And now Carter Chansey with nobody out, trying to turn the order over. Chansey walked and scored back in the 5th, struck out in the 3rd.
Yeah, I got to believe with the 9-0 litter up, first and second, nobody out. The bunt is definitely on here, trying to get those runners to second and third. So Eastern Florida's got to make a play right here.
First pitch to Chansey, runners come in, strike 1. Titans definitely expecting bunt.
Yeah, ideally if Mason could get a fastball in the upper part of the zone and possibly get him to pop the bunt up for an easy out, then a double play would get him out of the inning. Ramos and Zarello at the corners, they got to be careful. You want to charge, but you don't want to charge too hard where a pop-up could go over your head.
Squaring to bunt is Chansey, laying down a chopper. Tough to pick it up. Oh, out at first. Other runners are safe. That was a bang play at first. Chansey, his bunt was a little tough to handle on the pickup.
Yeah, that was an excellent bunt by Carter Chansey, and Cabrera did an excellent job of getting his mask off, getting out there, but he lost grip of the ball for a second. Luckily, he had the presence of mind to find the ball and make a strong throw to first for a close play. Out number 1.
Ramos advances to third on the play. Stavman now at second, and now we'll have a meeting of minds. I think Jeff Tam going to go to the bullpen, and the night will be done for Mason Studstill. So will not factor into a win tonight, albeit a good outing. Just run out of gas.
Yeah, that's the second game in a row Mason's thrown the ball really well, just like Coach Tam has expected, and a lot to be proud of. Hopefully Botel can come in and shut the door on the Pioneers.
Well, had some success with the strikeout. They really started picking it up in the middle innings there. The fourth one was here and got Rika on this one. And the fourth, down goes Stubbs. And right after that, Ramos. That was 6. Brutcher was 7. So 7 strikeouts for Mason Studstill. Night is done. Now let's talk about the reliever here for Eastern Florida as we get to see Zach Patel, the lefty out of Martin County.
Yeah, Zach's one of those crafty left-handed pitcher. He's not going to throw it by you necessarily, but does a great job of moving the ball up and down, in and out, changes speeds real well, has an excellent move to first base, as a lot of lefties do. Comes in with a 3.24 ERA and done a great job in middle relief for the Titans so far this year. He has 13 strikeouts to go along with 7 walks. So he's in a big spot right here.
Indian River looking to take their first lead here in just 1 away, and runners at second and third. And Patel on to put out the fire. So the top of the order now comes to the plate. Ramos is at third, Stavman at second, Danny Camillo his 4th at bat. He is 2 for 3 with a double and a single, a run scored.
Once again, Coach Tam brings the infield in, tie game, 1 out in the top of the 6th. Strikeout right here would be huge for Botel and the Titans.
Lefty on lefty.
Camillo at the plate seems to be coming alive for the Pioneers. His average is down a little bit, but he's 2 for 3 tonight. So, as Coach Kingston told me, he's their catalyst.
And the 1-0 to Camillo. Misses. So Patel behind, 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, with the base open, Patel's got a little bit of leeway here. If he can't get him out, a walk's not going to kill him.
Throw to third, gets away. Hit the runner maybe. The go-ahead run is in. And now 2 runs ahead as Ramos and Stavman come on down. It is 5-3. 5 unanswered runs here for Indian River. 2 come home here in the 6th on the bad throw. Or maybe just unfortunate here.
Yeah, Cabrera in a situation like this, tie ball game, runners in scoring position, new pitcher in. It's tough, especially trying to make the throw from your knees instead of getting up and setting your feet and making the throw. Might have had a better chance of getting him.
Well, base is now empty. Titans down by 2. And more work in that Titans bullpen. As we see J.P. Williams.
Yeah, J.P. Williams, the closer's up and throwing right now.
Not going to be playing around now. Well, you got to keep it within striking distance because you're going to start running out of innings pretty quick.
Yeah, that's true. That you don't see too many 2-base errors like that in those kinds of situations. But like you say, this field has so much foul territory that it lends itself to those kinds of plays from time to time.
Patel, we can block from Cabrera. It's always difficult for a catcher when you do the pitching change because you're seeing a ball come in a certain way.
That's
you have
true.
to deal with more balls in the dirt or more balls outside, especially if it's coming from a different side of the plate.
That's true.
And case in point, it got away and safely aboard Camilo.
Yeah, that can be a difficult adjustment for a catcher. You got a right-hander that throws a little bit harder, and you have a more of an off-speed pitcher coming in from the left side. You have to make an adjustment on the defensive end as well.
So Camilo at first. Now Salgado will come up for his 4th at bat. Singled in the 1st, walked in the 3rd, singled in the two RBI single rather did Salgado. So won that first 2 runs of the game for Indian River.
Now with Botel on the mound, Pioneer shouldn't be able to get as big a lead with the lefty up there. Nice first pitch changeup by Zach Botel.
The 0-1 to Botel. Inside. Again, Salgado at the plate, and you got AJ Rica and then Cole Brutcher on deck. So could get worse before it gets better.
Yes, it
Very
could.
important you get this better. Throw to first just to be safe about it. Camilo with a safe lead. And throw back.
Gradually showing him a little bit better move each time. So one and one count. You never know, they may have a pitch out right here.
Oh, gonna be a base hit.
I got 3, I got 3.
The hit and run was on. Salgado delivers there. Runners on the corners with 1 out as Camilo advances to 3rd.
Yeah, that was just an excellent piece of hitting by Axel Salgado, because Botel made a really nice pitch in off the plate, and it was a miracle Salgado even got his bat on the ball. And fortunately for the Pioneers, Sanjurjo, the shortstop, was covering second base, which opened up the hole for the single.
AJ Rica sacrificed himself in the 5th, singled in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd. And can do some damage here with just 1 out. Runners are on the corners as Patel has come in a tough spot here.
Yeah, he comes from Martin County. They've had a quality baseball program down there at Martin County High School for years. So you know he's been in some.
A bunt, a lot of pace on it, throw to first. Not in time, run scores. So an RBI bunt for AJ Rica as Camilo comes home to make it 6-3.
Yeah, that's an excellent bunt by Rica. He bunts it down towards first base with the left-handed pitcher falling off on the 3rd base side. Put it in an excellent spot, and when you have 6'5" speed, you can beat it out. So that's why he's a 5-tool player.
Eastern Florida succumbing to the pressure here a bit in the 6th. 3 runs home. Couldn't get that one.
Thank you, sir. You did my baseball, man.
Indian River in the last 2 innings has manufactured 6 runs on 6 hits.
Here we go.
Has taken advantage of a couple of Titan errors as well.
Yeah, they've had some quality at bats these last couple innings. made the most out of their chances.
That will be 1 and turning 2, and thankfully the inning comes to an end. There were 3 runs on 3 hits, an error, and 2 left on. It is now 6-3 Pioneers.
Nice pitch by Zach Botel to force that ground ball double play and get out of the inning. Unfortunately, the Titans are down 6-3 as we head into the bottom of the 6th. And it looks like Allen Toff is still coming back to the mound.
In position to take a win here. Why not? You've struck out 10 so far. Might as well keep it going. Is Zarello, Corneal, and Castillo scheduled to come to the plate for the Titans? 6 unanswered runs for Indian River here in this one. That's the story as of now. Beautiful full moon.
That's a great camera shot.
Across the way. We are on the Space Coast, Florida. How many children around here have dreamed at night looking through a telescope at the moon?
Yeah, I think a lot of them probably take it for granted, like a lot of families.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great place to live and raise a family, though. And we were talking earlier about Coach Tam and the quality program he's built over the years. You know, we're fortunate to have some really outstanding high school coaches in the area too. You got, you know, Tom Dooley at Melbourne Central Catholic, been there for a long, long time. Quality program. You got Greg Pilecki at Merritt Island High School, Jeff Blackstone at Melbourne High School, Bob Collins at O'Galley High School. He's had a really nice run of good teams the last few years. Just to name a few. Jason Arnold at Satellite High has really brought that program back since his arrival. So Brevard County is very fortunate to have so many great baseball.
There are really no easy outs on the Cape Coast Conference at all.
There's really not.
Whether that be Vieira or and Jeff Tam gets his fair share from here.
He certainly does. He doesn't have to go far to recruit.
Like this year he's got 5 players from Brevard County on the roster, 12 overall from Central Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob Zarello will lead things off as the Titans now in a 3-run hole. Third at bat, a strikeout and a walk. He leads off the 6th inning against Justin Allentoff. Go opposite field with it.
Good first cut. I'd really like to see Jacob choke up a little bit and cut down on his swing and try to hit it in the gaps instead of trying to hit it over the fence all the time. I think that would really help his confidence and bring that batting average up where it should be.
And one from Allentoff. Took something off of that one. Ball 1. More action in the bullpen for Indian River. Looks like number 16, Tyler Lavery. 6'2" freshman out of Palm Beach Gardens. Here's the 1-1. Lifted high, but lifted foul.
Yeah, like you said last inning, you know, we're starting to run out of innings and outs, so it's going to be important we chip away at this 6-3 deficit. And we'll have to get them all back right now, but we need to get some runners on and make things happen a little bit. And let's not wait around till the 8th or 9th.
Get Allentoff out of the game would be a good start.
Yes, it would.
One and 2 the count on Jacob Zarello. Fire from Allentoff and strikes him out. That is the 11th punch out for Justin Allentoff. He is getting stronger as the night goes on as he hit 89 on the radar gun.
Yeah, Justin just done a nice job tonight, mixing in fastball, curveball, inside, outside, up and down, and just kept the Titan hitters off balance all night. He's had another quality start for Indian River.
Brings up Jason Corneal. RBI triple back in the second. Boy, the complexion of the game then was a lot different than it is now.
Certainly is. It's amazing how quickly it can change.
Corneal entering the game, leading the team in batting average at .406. Officially 1 for 2 tonight. Upstairs a ball. Three's been the magic number tonight. 3 in the bottom of the second for Eastern Florida, 3 in the top of the fifth, and top of the sixth for Indian River. As Corneal will foul that one back to the screen. Corneal with an even count back in the box. Ooh, going for it all there, swing and a miss.
Yeah, you got a little anxious there. Chased one up and out of the zone and tried to hit it to the pond out there in left field. But right now, the Titans just need base runners. Find a way to get on base.
A 1-2 to Corneal, pops it up, giving chase is Brutcher. And out of play. Boy, steaming into the dugout there. Allentoff.
Yeah, did a good job. Salgado, the catcher. He's quick. He got the mask off and he was over there ready to make the play, but the ball was outside the dugout.
Long strike. It stays 1-2. Corneal trying to get something started here in the sixth with one away. Ooh, upstairs. Trying to hang on was Salgado.
Yeah, I think Salgado might get a little crossed up there. He was set up on the outside part of the plate, and the ball was way up down the middle.
Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the sixth. And there is the 12th strikeout for Justin Allentoff. That one's of the swinging variety. Corneal down on strikes for the second time tonight. 2 away in the sixth. Now Paul Castillo will hope to start a 2-out rally. And Castillo, one of 2 Titans batters in that lineup that have not been a strikeout victim tonight. Castillo and Sanjurjo, the only 2 that can say that.
Yeah, like I said earlier, he's a good-looking switch hitter. He hits from both sides and can drive the ball to all fields.
Castillo an RBI single in the second, singled again in the fourth, so 2 for 2. Takes that one outside. Ahead in the count, 1-0. Cabrera, the catcher, on deck. Winding it up, apparently. Ooh, curveball for a strike. 1-1 on Paul Castillo. Castillo over the 300, 313 entering the game. And now is behind 1-2.
Yeah, see, that's just an excellent job of pitching. You have Previous pitch was a curveball in under the hands. Then he comes back with a fastball on the outside corner of the plate at the knees. Now you've got the Castillo's guessing at the plate now. What's he going to throw me now?
Down Broadway, going opposite field, and stretching for the catch is Holland. Well, Castillo gave it a little ride, but it's 1-2-3 for the Titans. Pioneers will come to bat in the top of the 7th. We'll be right back.
Watch Eastern Florida softball action as your Titans battle the College of Central Florida Patriots. Live Thursday at 4 on WEFS.
Join the fast-growing and rewarding field of healthcare at Eastern Florida State College's new Health Sciences Institute, where you can earn bachelor's degrees, associate's degrees, and certificates in a wide range of exciting careers, such as nursing, surgical technology, emergency care, radiography, sonography, and more. Don't delay. Contact Eastern Florida State College today.
We are back for top of the 7th here at Bruce Bochy Field as the Titans in a 3-run hole. They trail 6-3. 6 unanswered runs here for the Pioneers as we look at this catch in left field.
Yeah, the ball was well hit by Paul Castillo, just right at the left fielder, Hunter Holland, who made a nice play.
We've 5, 6, 7 in the order here for the Pioneers. And both starters went a good long ways. This will be Zach Patel for his 2nd inning. So he finished out the last one. Stud still had a good outing, but Allentoff's been a little bit better. Hunter Holland. Take a ball.
I think it's really imperative that Zach come in and shut him down, have a quick inning, get the Titans back in the dugout and see if they can get those bats going. The last thing they need right now is a long inning.
I'm not listening to you at the moment. It's 2-0. These two teams will play tomorrow, 1 o'clock at Indian River. And if this score holds, or this margin holds, Indian River will have the series in their pocket already.
Looks like we've got number 28, Bailey Wendell, down there getting loose in the Titan bullpen.
Now Battelle behind in the counts. Hunter Holland, RBI single in the 5th. And lifts it to the gap in left center. And you're going to stretch this into a double. Slides in, no problem. And Hunter Holland has a leadoff double.
Yeah, it's a nice piece of hitting by Hunter Holland. He went down and got that curveball, drove it to left center. Unfortunately, left fielder Paul Castillo took a poor angle to the ball. He went straight to the ball instead of taking an angle back. He would have been able to cut that off and hold the runner to first base. Once again, the Pioneers have a runner in scoring position now at second base.
Holland now 3 for 4 on the night. That brings up Joseph Stubbs. Is yet to register a hit. He's 0 for 3 and swings at strike 1. It's one of the few that haven't been part of the hit parade here.
Yeah, I look for Coach Kingston to stay aggressive here now that he's up 3 runs. Move that runner
On the
over.
bunt, playing the small ball, trying to execute, getting the out. So Stubbs retired on the sacrifice. And Holland moves to third in prime scoring position for Diego Ramos, who had that infield Texas leaguer.
Yeah, once again, that's just good fundamental baseball by the Pioneers. Moving the runner over. Now you've got two outs to get him in. And it forces the Titans to bring the infield in.
Ramos will take.
So what that does, that turns Ramos from a 208 hitter into probably a 400 hitter when you bring the infield in. It certainly increases his chances of getting a hit.
Holds off on that one. And he's ahead in the count, 2-0. And the appeal doesn't go the Titans' way. The pitch, having trouble locating the strike zone is Patel. Got the strike there. Foul ball, strike 2. As Holland waits at third.
I think it's real important for the Titans to keep that next runner from scoring to stay in the game here at 6-3.
Another ball wasted.
Yeah, they go through some baseballs here at Eastern Florida with the
Yes.
pond back behind the bleachers and the press box.
Once it's wet, it's no good, right? So
Exactly. I'd like to know what Coach Stan's baseball budget is. It's got to be astronomical.
yeah. Oof. Shot by Cabrera to stay in front. Full count here on Diego Ramos. It's going to be a big second out. And it is strikeout for Patel. There's a bat left the hand of Ramos. First strikeout for Patel, and there are 2 away.
Yeah, Botel went after him with a high fastball and was able to set him down for the second out, and that's huge because now the infield can back up to their normal depth, make the play at first, and try to get out of the inning.
Ball out of his hand. Where's George Brett with a pine tar when you need it?
Yeah, that brings back memories. Yankee Stadium.
Stavman will swing at strike 1. 2 away here. Strike 2. Patel starting to settle in.
Nice
Strand this
curveball.
runner at third.
Nice curveball from Botel. Heading the count now. He can throw what he wants to and where he wants it right here.
2 to Stoffman. Just outside.
Good 0-2. Close enough to swing at, but not too good where he could do something with it.
Stoffman 0 for 2 with a walk scored in the 6th. Ooh. Hold on there, Luis.
Yeah, nice play by Cabrera. Getting over and stopping that.
Yeah, that gets by at 7-3. On deck, Carter Chansey. Fouled back. Staying alive. Trying to reset Patel. 2-2. Shot foul. Good battle here between Stoffman and Patel.
Yeah, Zach's working hard. Really changing speeds, changing spots on the plate, keeping the hitter guessing right here.
Opposite field, another foul ball.
It really puts so much extra pressure on the pitcher. When you don't throw 90 plus, you almost have to be perfect, because in a lot of cases you can't get your fastball by him, so it really puts that extra pressure on the pitcher.
And takes ball 3, so the count runs full. Again, runner at third is Hunter Holland. Led off this inning with a double. Sacrificed over, and there's the second strikeout for Zach Patel. That ends the inning. There was no runs on 1 hit, and the 1 runner left on third. And it stays a 6-3 ball game as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning here at Bruce Bochy Field.
That was a great job, Zach Patel coming in and leaving that runner at third base, keeping the game at 6-3 for the Titans as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Titans are still in it with 3 innings to go.
Yeah, the story of this one is the 6 unanswered runs the Pioneers have put across after the 3 for Eastern Florida that were scored in the second. 5th and 6th was where the damage came. And there was the cheap hit, but they all count. Coming home was Camilo. And Salgado. That one got away on the error. Ramos scores. So does Stavman. Bunt. Miscue. And Camilo making it 6-3. 5th and 6th have been the problem innings tonight for Eastern Florida's pitching staff and defense. A couple of errors have not helped the cause.
And now it looks like the
got 9 outs to work with.
Pioneers have brought in a new pitcher. Travis Perry, number 23, comes in with a 2.89 ERA on the year. He's 2-2 and has 9 1/3 innings on the mound so far this year.
Travis Perry out of Morristown, New Jersey, Seton Hall Prep freshman. Does lead the team in innings pitched. So he is the workhorse of the staff. Also, I beg your pardon, looking at different numbers, but that's not true. Perry with 9.1 innings pitched.
Well, I think the Titans will be glad to see Mr.
After 12 strikeouts.
Allentoff go to the bench and see what they can do with number 23, Mr. Perry.
Luis Cabrera. Step in here to lead off the bottom of the 7th and take it high. Perry's first batter, and it's going to be right at Holland, but it's going to get by. It was a risk reward. Went for the big catch instead of keeping it in front. That cost him an extra base. And a leadoff double here in the 7th.
Yeah, that was a nice piece of hitting by Luis Cabrera. He went down and got that pitch and drove it to left field. Hunter tried to make the play. I think if he had that to do it over again, he just wanted to keep the ball in front of him, hold Cabrera to a single, especially when you're up 6-3.
So Cabrera in scoring position, nobody out. Back to the top of the order for the Titans. Dylan Espinal, 0 for 3. And boy, that went inside. Chatter coming up from that Titans dugout. And puts it through the hole on the right side. Not deep enough to score. It'll hold them up on the corners. Throw in quickly. So back-to-back hits to start the 7th. Espinal, his first hit of the game. Cabrera over to third. Getting into the meat of the big hitters here. Kevin Silva is next. Also 0 for 3 and due in this game.
Yes, he is. A great start to the bottom of the 7th for the Titans.
With Morejo and Sanjurjo likely coming up next. So Allentoff left the game with a 3-run lead. They're being masterful following that second inning in which he conceded 3 runs. There was an error in that too, so just the 2 earned. And a little chit-chat here as the Pioneers will discuss what wedding presents to give. Candle holders.
Yeah, I tell you, Cabrera did a great job of watching Coach Tam at third base and staying put, because the worst thing you want to do right now is make the first out at home.
Out of the inning.
So now the Titans have 2 on, nobody out. Chance for a big inning right here.
Tyler Sullentrope warming up. And now it's Perry with a jam. High. Silva thinking about the bunt. Titan center fielder digs in. And missing the target.
Yeah, great job, Kevin. If you're going to bunt, you definitely want to just bunt strikes. Make him throw it in there.
And in the count 2-0. Again, runners on the corners here. Nobody out.
Got a lot of room to lay it down too, with them holding runners on first and third.
Able to do so. Bunt is down. Nice. Picked up. Everybody's safe. Run scores. It's 6-4. The RBI bunt from Kevin Silva as Cabrera trots home easily.
Outstanding bunt here by Kevin Silva. He lays it down, gets it past the pitcher, forces the first baseman to make the play, and nobody's covering first for an infield single and an RBI for the center fielder.
Cuts the lead to 2. Still a runner in scoring position in the form of Espinal at second. And now you've got Ilian Morejo. 3 times a strikeout victim. Nobody's happier to see Allentoff no longer throwing.
That's for sure. And now it looks like...
Guess what? Perry's night is done as quick as it started. So Tyler Sullentrope will make way.
Yeah,
Coach will come out.
Coach Kingston's really high on this young man. He's been probably their best reliever so far this year. He comes in with a 4.11 ERA, 15 and a third innings pitched. Has 27 strikeouts in those 15 innings and only 5 walks. So again, another strikeout pitcher that the Titans are going to have to focus on and really put the barrel of the bat on the ball and make things happen right here in the bottom of the 7th.
Sullentrope, a sophomore out of Fort Lauderdale, St. Thomas Aquinas, one of 4 players 3 of them pitchers to return from last year's team.
And of course, St. Thomas Aquinas is one of those athletic powerhouses in every sport.
Yeah.
And so you know he comes from a quality high school program.
So it'll be the 3rd pitcher as Travis Perry's night is quickly over. Still nobody out. 2 runners aboard.
Yeah, with Morejo, the 3-hole hitter up, and we have 2 on, nobody out. The Titans have a chance for a big inning right here.
Three straight hits to start the inning. The last, the bunt from Kevin Silva. As Jim, you said it, getting a bunt down when the runners are holding, or when the batter has runners being held on either side, giving you an option. Titans took advantage.
Yeah, it's such a great weapon. I don't know why more players don't use that, especially ones that can run, because it's almost an automatic base hit if you can bunt at all. It's a great weapon to have, especially if you go into a hitting slump. You can always lay one down and get out of that slump real quick.
Morejo 0 for 3. Titans designated hitter looking to bunt. Squaring up. Takes a strike. Couldn't get that one down. Squaring a bunt once more. Comes Sullentrope. Laying it down to the left side. Good punt. Everybody should be safe. Collision at first. Oh my goodness. As the runner comes home to score, make it 2. We're going to have a tie ball game. But of concern is Morejo, who is down at 3rd after a nasty collision at first on the play. He was trucking down the line. As it stands, we'll have the 2 RBIs.
Yeah, both players were going full speed as they touched first base, and just, it's almost like a football play without all the pads on it. They just collided, and Morejo went down to the ground. And Morejo's not a small guy.
Let's take a look at what happened here.
Excellent bunt, one you don't necessarily expect from a 3-hole hitter. Deadened it perfectly down the 3rd base line.
Ooh.
Forced the catcher to turn and make a bang-bang throw, and they couldn't pull it off. And let's hope Elian Morejo is okay. He's up talking to Coach Tam right now. Good piece of sportsmanship there from both Diego Ramos, who he collided with, patting each other on the back. Looks like both players are okay. And we have a tie ball game.
Exactly. So 2 RBIs on the bunt. Boy, the bunt has been a weapon here tonight for both teams. So now you have Christian Sanjurjo, who is 3 for 3 tonight. 2 singles and a double, scored back in the 2nd. Still nobody out.
Oh.
Now, did they pull that run back? Did they make one run? Because now no, they didn't. So the run counted 6-6.
6-6. Yeah.
Make sure we're accurate on the screen.
Yeah, it's a very unique play when you have a bang-bang play and you see somebody laying on the field, and yet you have the runner still scoring. It's, I think human nature is you want to call time, but you've got to let the play finish. Sanjurjo better be careful with some body language.
4
showing the umpire.
Straight hits here in the 7th inning. Still nobody out. There's a strike from Sullentrope.
Yeah, Sullentrope's got a good live arm, as all the Indian River pitchers have had.
Here's the 1-2 from Sullentrope. Down on strikes for the first time tonight, Sanjurjo. 8 of the 9 Titans batters have been a strikeout victim at least once. The only one that has avoided that has been Castillo. There's one away, but runner still on first in the form of Elian Morejo.
Look for Coach Tam here, maybe put a hit and run on, 1 out. Now you've got a tie ball game again.
Foul ball, 0-1. Marcus Ramos 0 for 3. I'll make that 0 for 2, fielder's choice. Ramos, big swing. And a 0-2 hole here.
Yeah, that was a healthy cut there by the third baseman. He only had one thing in mind there with that 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
Strikeout, was that?
Oh, we had a balk.
A balk, okay.
Balk was called, so Morejo advances to second on the balk.
And Ramos stays alive because that pitch doesn't count.
Correct, yeah, 0-2 on the third baseman, Ramos.
Costly balk. Runner advances, Ramos to second. Oh, the deuce was wild. And there's strikeout number 2 for Tyler Sullentrope.
Yeah, that's an excellent pitch by Sullentrope. It's come in with a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and then you break off a curveball like that. That's almost not fair.
Zarello now, you've got the righty-lefty matchup. Poke at the opposite field. Titans have scored 3 in this inning to tie it up. Zarello twice a strikeout victim, walked and advanced to third back in the 4th.
Yeah, Jacob's due. He's due for a big hit right here for the Titans.
If you can get it to right field, it's a really good chance you got a run scored. Stays in front. One and one. Two away, the one on, with 3 runs in. Ooh, took that one.
Yeah,
Strike 2.
Nice curveball by Sullentrope.
Through the hole on the right side. Will it be deep enough? They're sending him. Morejo to the plate. It is 7-6 Titans. Zarello, the RBI single. The seeing eye goes through.
That's a big hit for Zarello and the Titans right there. Had a fastball down and in. He just turned on it, hit it right between first and second. Driving in Morejo from second base.
5th hit of the inning. What a battle this has been. It's been a game of runs, you would say, in basketball.
It really has. They've come in bunches tonight. Putting up those crooked numbers in bunches.
3 in the second for Eastern Florida, then they conceded 3 in the 5th and 6th, and now 4th here in the bottom of the 7th. 4 runs. Corneal comes to the plate. RBI triple in the second, but has since struck out twice. Went 92 miles an hour from Suellentrop there.
Yeah, you can see he keeps it in the low 90s, and he's got that devastating curveball to go with it.
Case in point.
Yeah, it's just really tough because as a hitter, you're going to hope the pitcher only has one pitch he can get over. And the way Allentoff and Suellentrop have thrown, they've had 2 really quality put-out pitches tonight. It's made it really tough.
That one outside. Like I said, Jacob Zarello was due, and he came through with a RBI single. Poked it right through.
Coach Tam's got to be thrilled, though,
Character
the way the Titans got up and they were down 3, and now they've come back and they're up 1. Just the way they're battling.
Swing and a miss. So 3 strikeouts for Suellentrop. Finally out of the inning, but 4 runs, 5 hits rather, and the Titans have the lead.
Join local sportscaster Eric Kohler as he hosts Eastern Florida State College coaches and student athletes for a closer look inside Titan sports. Produced in partnership with Florida Today, the weekly in-depth program covers the 11 Titans men's and women's sports teams through game footage and coaches' analysis. Get closer to the action Thursday night at 8 here on WEFS.
Watch Eastern Florida softball action as your Titans battle the College of Central Florida Patriots. Live Thursday at 4 on WEFS.
We're just through the 7th inning stretch. Titans have reclaimed the lead after a 4-run 7th. As we go to the top of the 8th, and look who, J.P. Williams, closest thing you've got to a sure thing on this pitching staff, is the Mel High product here in his 2nd season. Ready to close this out and get 6 outs.
Yeah, JP's done a great job this year. He's got a 2.33 ERA in 19 1/3 innings. 19 strikeouts to go along with 11 walks. So it's be a good challenge for the Bulldog to come in and close it out and get these last 6 outs for the Titans.
So the save as you look at Jeff Tam. It's going to be one of those games, should the result hold, that you look back on later in the season, that was the galvanizing point. Down by 3 runs late, scoring 4.
Absolutely. I think it's got to give the coaching staff as well as the players a lot of confidence to know that, hey, we can come back, just stay in it 1 pitch at a time, 1 play at a time.
Carter Chansey to the plate for the 4th time. 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Head of the count, 2-1. JP rocks and fires and misses the target.
Certainly wants to make him earn it right. He didn't want to give any free passes, especially to the 9-hole hitter.
Coming to him. And it's grounded to Ramos at 3rd. Long throw. Kept it down. Did Zarello. And there's 1 away. So 5-3 the put out. Back to the top of the order for the Pioneers, Danny Camillo. Five outs to go for Eastern Florida.
Nice comeback in the sequence by JP to get the first batter of the inning out. Chansey, hard hit ground ball to third. Ramos stays with it. Makes the throw over to Zarello for the first out in the top of the 8th.
Quickly working JP Williams. Throws the ball as Camilo back in. 5th at bat for him. Got a couple of runs scored tonight. Takes that one outside.
Yeah, JP threw a slider down and away, and Ramos stuck with it. Ooh. A little closer at first than Coach Tam wants it, but got the out nonetheless.
There's a strike from JP. Camilo puts it right back to Williams. He'll underhand it to first where Zarello's waiting for out number 2.
Hey, we got two.
1-3 put out. And Axel Salgado will come up with 2 away here at the top of the 8th.
Yeah, JP's just done a quality job on the mound all year for the Titans. It started the year as a closer, and the last few weeks he's even started a couple of games for the Titans and thrown well.
Titans pitching staff have not been able to solve Salgado. He's 3 for 3 with a walk. A 2 RBI single in the 5th.
It'd be huge to get this 3rd out right here, not only just to end the inning, but to have Rika leading off the 9th with nobody on. I think that would be huge for the Titans.
Salgado has an even count. Williams comes set, fires. 2-1. He's been behind in the count, but has gotten a couple of ground outs here. Behind again here, 3-1.
Yeah, JP's got a good live fastball, keeps it in the low 90s typically. Real good slider and changeup. Does a good job keeping hitters off balance. Every now and then he'll mix in a little quick pitch where he doesn't take much of a wind-up and kind of surprises the hitter a little bit.
Got him on the outside corner. That runs it full.
That fastball had a little late life and came back over the plate there at the last second. Nice pitch to go to 2 strikes.
Kept alive by Salgado. And Axel Paulo Prep from Kissimmee. A freshman that Coach Kingston building around. Sends it into the dugout.
Yeah,
93 miles an hour.
Yeah, JP can bring it up there. A little deceptive, but that ball gets on you in a hurry. It's just amazing the amount of talent we have here in Central Florida with the number of players from Kissimmee, Orlando area, and then of course Indian River has several from Palm Beach County, and just amazing the level of talent we have.
Going to be a tough play charging at third and unable to handle it. And for the 5th time tonight, Salgado is aboard. On a infield hit, or will that be an error?
That's an infield hit. Yeah, that's one of those do or die plays that, you know, because Ramos was playing deep with 2 strikes, you've got to barehand it. And luckily he didn't make the throw, because if he would have thrown it, chances are he would have thrown it away and would have gotten to 2nd or 3rd. So
Pioneers have had a couple of those tonight where they've had the high chop, and it's just waiting for that thing to come down out of orbit.
Yeah, and it's so frustrating as a pitcher because you make a quality pitcher pitch and the batter hits it off the end of the bat. And Ramos made a good charge, just took his eye off of it for a second, and I don't know that he would have been able to get him anyway because Salgado runs pretty well for a catcher, and that would have been a tough play.
Well, that brings up A.J. Rika, a runner at first. With 2 hits tonight, one of them an RBI bunt when he beat out the throw. Singled in the first. And swings of the first pitch, fouled straight back. 0-1.
Looks like they put number 17, Zach Audette, into run at first base for the catcher. Pitcher coming off the bench, so he must have pretty good wheels.
And there's a base hit. Rika doing what he does. Audette moves to second. And what looked like an easy inning for J.P. Williams has gotten a bit more complicated here in the top of the 8th.
Yeah, again, a good pitch. Just lifted up a little bit. Rika was able to extend his arms and hit it through the hole between third and short. Nice piece of hitting, and that's why he's hitting, I'm sure, over 400 tonight, after tonight, because he's 3 for 5. So he's definitely an impressive young player.
And it brings up the heavy hitter, Cole Brutcher. Has a walk, but 0 for 3. Into a double play last time up. And one swing of the bat could see the Pioneers in front. He's going for the fences, missed it.
Yeah. Good first pitch by JP. Down, couldn't do much with it. Had some hop on that fastball.
Audette at second, the pitcher and pinch runner from Pompano Beach. 1-1. Brutcher, Lakeland product. Held off. Brutcher,
Nice.
6'5", by the way.
Yeah,
Big strike zone.
He's a big kid. He definitely looks like your prototypical first baseman, doesn't he?
Yeah. And pops it to left field. Running on to take it instead was Kevin Silva. And the inning is over for the Pioneers. So they had a couple of hits, Strand a couple as well, and the Titans remain in front as we go to the bottom of the 8th. 7-6.
Great job by J.P. Williams coming in, even though the inning started out well for him, struggled a little bit, but
A little
in the end
adversity.
got the third out before a run was able to come across.
Due up here for Eastern Florida, scheduled to hit Paul Castillo, Luis Cabrera, and back to the top of the order with Dylan Espinal. See if that's the way it goes. Titans looking for some insurance here.
Yeah, I'd say it's really impressive by both teams to, put up 7 and 6 runs with the quality of pitching we've had tonight. Speaks well for the way both teams have swung the bat.
Yeah. Alan Toff with 12 strikeouts. Travis Perry, really short stint. Sulentrope has been good. Officially 10 hits for the Pioneers.
Looks like the big left-hander for the Titans, Eric Vargas, number 30, is down in the bullpen getting loose in case they need him in the top of the 9th.
Unofficially 13 hits for the Pioneers, rather, and 10 for the Titans.
It's almost been like feast or famine.
Yeah.
No in between.
Titans will begin. Castillo, who is 2 for 3. RBI single in the second. Singled in advance to second in the 4th and flied out to left in the 6th.
Yeah, Paul's done a really nice job since Coach Tam inserted him in to the lineup in left field several weeks ago. He's really come on and been a really key hitter for the Titans, especially down in the bottom part of the order. You don't have somebody hitting over 300 in that part of the order very often, but he's a switch hitter, which gives Coach Tam a lot of flexibility as well.
Bat from the left side here against Suellentrop. That ball in on him, and that one away. Strike 1 and 2.
Looks like the Pioneers were guarding the lines at first and third, trying to prevent any extra base hits. Prevent the Titans from tacking on another run.
Gives you a lot of space, so
Not
that time. Strikeout for Suellentrop, his third. As a staff, 15 strikeouts for the Pioneers tonight. Now Luis Cabrera, the 9-hole hitter, after doubling and scoring in the last inning. He led off the 7th. Get things started. Titans catcher settles in. One and 0. Looking ahead to the top of the 9th, it's Holland, Stubbs, and Ramos. 5, 6, 7 on the Pioneers' order to extend the game.
Normally that's a good thing, but the way both teams have swung the bat, I don't know if there's any weak spots in the lineup.
The way Hunter Holland has been hitting against the Titans, 4 for 4 in that last game. Has not been shabby tonight either. 3 hits. Meanwhile, 2 and 2 on the Titans, Luis Cabrera.
Good job of Cabrera stepping out, maybe break the rhythm of Suellentrop a little bit, because he's kind of settling into a groove.
Ooh, laid off. 3 and 2. Leadoff hitter waiting on deck for Eastern Florida. Lead by a single run here, trailed by 3. Now, and frustrated with himself is Cabrera. Back-to-back strikeouts. That's strikeout 16 for the Pioneers staff and 4th for Suellentrop.
Yeah, 2 strikes. Suellentrop's just been living with that curveball. It's a quality one. And the Titans have had a hard time putting the bat on that curveball.
Espinal first pitch swinging, fouls it off. Same thing. On an 0-2 hole, Suellentrop strike away from going 1-2-3 here.
Yeah, Dillon's put a couple of nice swings on those fastballs, but I don't know if he's going to get another one in this at bat.
Curveball. Oh, a great play by Camilo just to get there. The throw gets him. He's out.
Wow.
Espinal thrown out at first. What a throw from Camilo.
Yeah, that was a great piece of hitting by Espinal, going down and getting that curveball, hitting it hard. But Camilo made even a better play, going to his left, making the spin, and getting Espinal by half a step. That's a big-time play right there by the Pioneer shortstop.
Well, it will be up to the Titans pitching and defense here to hold on. They've got the most tenuous of leads. Just 1 run as we go to the top of the 9th. Holland, Stubbs, and Ramos due up.
Again, Dylan went down, kept his head right on the ball. Sprinted down the line, but Camillo got him less than a half a step.
Good
Just
call.
a bang play. The right call by the first base umpire.
J.P. Williams going to stay out there.
It's amazing when you watch replays on umpires at the college level and above. It seems like 99% of the time they're right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're sitting home watching it on TV or watching it live in person, you think, oh no, he was safe, but they're just, it's amazing how often they're right.
Yep.
So
Well, the youth and even the high school levels, I think the cream always rises, right? The better the umpire, the higher up they go.
that's for sure.
At the Wendelstedt School right up the road in Ormond Beach, it's
Right.
really famous, training a lot of umpires in Florida.
Exactly. There's a good look at Mason Studstill there. Should be proud of his quality start tonight. Coach Soto right there, the hitting coach. I know he's proud of his kids not giving up and battling through these tough pitchers they've seen tonight.
Williams 3 outs away. This would be his second save.
Now, needless to say, it's extra critical to get this leadoff batter in the top of the ninth with a 1-run lead. And looks like Ramos is going to protect the line at third, and Zerillo is going to protect it at first to try to prevent any extra base hits.
Hunter Holland in 3 for 4 with an RBI. Hasn't been retired since the first inning. Williams behind in the count.
It's going to be critical, too, that if they do get any hits to the outfield, that they take the proper angles, get to the ball, hit the cutoff man, keep the runner at first base.
2-0 as a chatter begins from the Pioneers dugout.
Yeah, JP's worked behind most batters he's seen so far, so needs to change that. Good pitch there on the outside corner.
It's the strike. Such a mental advantage once you get that first out, right? It's
certainly is. It just takes away a lot of what the offense can do.
Runs to 3-1. Again, throwing in the Titans bullpen. The flamethrower up there. It's got to come in. Grounder. Espinal at second, thrown to first, and there's your first out. So Holland retired for just the second time tonight. 4-3.
Yeah, that's a big pitch by JP. Great job of Dylan Espinal staying down on it, making the throw, and Zerillo made it a little more exciting at first than it needs to be, but got the out. That's all that matters. Got that first out.
J.P. Williams heeding the advice of Crash Davis. Throw some more ground balls. They're more democratic.
That is right.
Strikeouts are fascist. Joseph Stubbs, strikeout victim twice. Have a sacrifice, but 0 for 3. Swing and a miss.
Nice curveball by JP right there. Now he's ahead in the count. Right where he wants to be. 0-2. 1 out. Don't give him anything too good to hit right here. Keep it off the plate a little bit.
Ooh, the movement on that bad boy. 0-2.
That was a good 0-2 pitch right there.
Ball 2 strikes. Stubbs trying to keep the game going. gets him swinging. First strikeout for J.P. Williams.
Nice curveball, put away pitch right there. Had him set up 1 and 2. Brought the curveball in under the hands. Get the second out of the inning for the Titans.
Last chances for Diego Ramos. Swings at strike 1.
He reared back and threw that one now. 91 miles an hour with some movement.
Ramos 1 for 4 with an infield single. Whoops, wasted. Final out for Indian River. Takes that one low. Sentiments from folks here at Bruce Bochy Field.
That might be
go home.
That might be the pitcher's mom there.
Strike 2.
Anything close, you want it. Now he's working ahead. These last 2 batters.
1-2 to Diego Ramos. Up the middle, base hit. So a 2-out single for Diego Ramos. Michael Stavman will come up 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Job by Ramos to stay in there.
It's critical for JP just to continue focus on the batter. 2 outs. Focus on him, knowing that the Titans come to bat in the bottom of the 9th if necessary, but let's focus on the batter.
First pitch of Stavman instead. Not taking your advice, throwing to first.
Yeah, a little cat and mouse. Coach Kingston may try to send him, get him to second in scoring position.
Ramos does have a stolen base on his ledger. Right down Broadway, strike 1 to Stavman.
That's always a tough call as a coach because you don't want to make the last out in a caught stealing situation.
Yeah.
But by the same token, you want to get the runner in scoring position.
Strike 2. Second straight batter down to their final strike, the Pioneers. 7-6 ball game, top of the 9th. Runner at first, 2 out. Michael Stavman. Strike 3 called, and the Titans win 7-6. J.P. Williams, the big save. And this one belongs to the Titans.
What a pitch. Great backdoor curveball by J.P. Williams to finish off the Pioneers and get his second strikeout of the inning.
Got him looking. We'll talk with Coach Tam right after this. Titans take it 7-6 over the Pioneers.
My wife is currently in the Air Force, so I decided to be a stay-at-home father.
I'm a retiree and a full-time student.
I did online classes because I was traveling and it was easy to take the classes with me.
I am graduating today with my bachelor's in business administration.
If it wasn't for the online classes, I would not be standing here today.
There shouldn't be any procrastination. Just get out there and go do it.
Join local sportscaster Eric Kohler as he hosts Eastern Florida State College coaches and student athletes for a closer look inside Titan sports. Produced in partnership with Florida Today, the weekly in-depth program covers the 11 Titans men's and women's sports teams through game footage and coaches' analysis. Get closer to the action Thursday night at 8 here on WEFS.
The Titans were down by 3 in the 7th, and they've come back and won it with the 4-run 7th inning, and then J.P. Williams closing it out with the save. Titans earning win 11 of the season. They go to 2-3 in conference play. The head coach is Jeff Tambo. That's a fun one here tonight. You have to like the way your kids battled.
Well, I don't know how fun that is, but absolutely. They did a phenomenal job when it mattered.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't give up a whole lot of hard-hit balls there, but we seemed to be in a jam the whole time and make the mistakes at the worst possible time. But, you know, my hats go off to the guys. They really grinded hard there at the end, and they made it work.
Coach, tell us about Mason Studstill. That seems to be his second quality start here in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, Mason's throwing the ball extremely well. You know, he faced some really tough teams early, and he did not get any breaks. Every mistake he made was hit hard. Even the good pitches were hit pretty good. But right now he is just slowing himself down. He's making one pitch at a time, and he's really bought into the process, and he's done a great job.
Coach Elian Morejo had struck out 3 times, came up in the 7th, and really earned it with the 2 RBI bunt. Had the big collision. That's the heart that you like from these guys, right?
Absolutely. We need to go hard. We need to run hard. Everything we do, we need to do aggressive. And you know, the guys turned it around there at the end of the game, and I couldn't be more proud of them.
Yeah, what do you think about Zach Botel coming in? He kind of gets lost in the shuffle there in the middle of the game, but he kind of kept them at bay a little bit, don't you think?
He did. He's done a phenomenal job all year, and you know he's been my go-to guy, first out of the pen, and you know as long as he's spinning that breaking ball and turning that changeup over, he's really tough, and you know he's doing a great job.
Well, that's a great win, just a great comeback, and a lot to be said for the character of your team tonight, Coach.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we could make it easier, but we're not right now. And, you know, we just got to we keep preaching, you know, make the routine plays. And, you know, for some reason, when it matters the most, we're making some mistakes. But like I said, you know, the guys, when it mattered, you know, they showed up at the plate. And, you know, they've been doing a great job as of late.
Congratulations, Coach. Go go finish this out and get the series win tomorrow.
That's a definite. We need to do that. So
right.
you know, we'll have Pablo on the mound tomorrow. He's been throwing the ball extremely well, and he'll give us a chance, and we'll go from there.
Best of luck. Right. We'll see you down the line, Coach.
Gentlemen,
good win. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Good luck tomorrow, Coach.
Titans 7-6 winners coming from behind to do it. They were trailing by 3 in the 7th. Let's take a look at all 13 runs in this game. It started in the 2nd inning. The Titans bookended this game. They were hitting real well early going. In the 2nd, they got 3 runs across as Sanjuro came down. Ramos scored as well. And the RBI single from Cabrera, the 2 RBI double there.
Yeah, like you said tonight, the runs just came in bunches.
And back came the Pioneers on the Texas Leaguer. And they scored a 3 spot in the 5th. Scoring there was Camilo. And Hunter Holland, the RBI single. And the bad throw brings home another. Diego Ramos, along with Michael Stavman, came home. It was 6 unanswered for the Pioneers in the middle innings in the 5th and 6th. And then Eastern Florida in the 7th. Didn't blink. Laying down the bunt. And Morejo paying the price, but had 2 RBIs come home. Turned out to be the game-winning play. Silva. And then Cabrera.
Yeah, that was a huge hit by Jacob Zarello. Get that ball through the right side of the infield to get that 7th run in there.
And that will be all J.P. Williams needed, because he closes it out with back-to-back strikeouts. And the Titans win here 7-6, improving to 11-9, and more importantly 2-3 in conference.
Yeah, I think like you said earlier, Jeff, this could be a huge win for the Titans as they move down to Indian River tomorrow. Then they get 3 non-conference games, and they're back into conference play. A win like this coming back could really be big as they progress through the season.
For our entire crew, Jim Wilcoxon, my partner, Brian Foster, our producer, Roger Hayward, our director, I'm Jeff Radcliffe, saying so long. The Titans win it by a run over the Pioneers 7-6. Good night.
We now return to our regularly scheduled program.